Your path doesn't have to look like theirs. You can do this, or this, or this. Check out in-demand jobs in Idaho and get up to $8,000 to find your thing.
Help dreams come true with the Ideal 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits and ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, apprenticeships, K-12 education, and student loan repayment nationwide. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org to learn more.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Good evening and welcome in to this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of East Idaho Game Night. Coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter Valleywide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Saving Program, and Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. I'm Sean Kane. I'm joined by Joel Richardson here tonight from Sterling Urgent Care Field at Westmark Stadium here at Hillcrest as the Skyline Grizzlies come in to play the Hillcrest Knights, a rematch of last year's state championship game. Me and Joel were both there last year. Hillcrest won that one. Sky won the regular season meeting. We should have a phenomenal matchup tonight. The 2 and 3 teams in the state, any way you slice it. Hillcrest, the Max Preps 2 ranking. Skyline, the 3. I think everyone in 5A football, Joel, are here tonight, or everyone in 5A who doesn't have a game but has a phone is tuning in to see this game.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this one, Sean, since the beginning of the season. You know, well, really since preseason. The summer we had a good conversation with Coach Mossholder, and we asked him, okay, what games are you circling? And, he gave us a very good coach speak, and no problem with that, right? But he kind of, this game and that game, we honor all opponents. But, of course, you and I said, we're looking at Skyline Hillcrest, no doubt, on September 19th. And we're finally here, Sean. And luckily, both teams are 3-0 and are ready for this rematch from, like you said, 5A championship last year.
Yeah, both. When we did talk to Coach Mossholder, he did talk about, playing Madison. Both teams have played Madison, so we do have a good comparable. Both Skyline and Hillcrest beat Madison each by 1 point. So what's that tell us? I don't know if it tells us a whole lot, but it should be a phenomenal matchup. And we'll take a quick break here as the Hillcrest Pep Band does the national anthem. IdahoSports.com.
So, what's next? Your path doesn't have to look like theirs. You can do this, or this, or this. Check out in-demand jobs in Idaho and get up to $8,000 to find your thing.
Life can change. Your health insurance should keep up. Things like moving, losing your job or current coverage, or having a baby means you could qualify for new coverage and savings from a tax credit. At Your Health Idaho, you can compare plans and see how much you can save on your monthly premium. Make sure to apply and enroll within 60 days of the change. More coverage, less cost. Only at yourhealthidaho.org. See how much you could save. When it's time to get health insurance, Your Health Idaho is the place to go. It's Idaho's health insurance marketplace where you can shop and compare plans from well-known insurance companies and lower your monthly premium with a tax credit you can't get anywhere else. Plus, certified local agents can find you the right plan for free. More coverage, less cost. Only at yourhealthidaho.org. See how much you could save.
Welcome back to East Idaho Game Night as we just enjoyed the great sounds of the Hillcrest Pep Band doing the national anthem. Did a fantastic job, but even more fantastic was the matchup we have coming up tonight with Skyline Grizzlies coming here to play Hillcrest. Joel, you mentioned it, both teams 3-0. Both teams come in with a lot of confidence. What do you see?
Well, I see a Hillcrest team that's averaging 40 points against a really good schedule, giving up 21 more or less. And then I see Skyline averaging 24, so a lot less, almost half the points that Hillcrest is averaging, but only giving up 18. And we talked about this pregame, Sean, between you and me. This is going to be a battle between a really good offense and a really good defense.
Yeah, big time. In talking to both coaches emphasized the physicality inside the hash marks in the both offensive and defensive lines. But, you know, when you just look at it on paper or on tape, you see the battle of Skyline throwing blitzes and Hillcrest trying to come up with some one-on-ones and beating that with Sweetwood or a Sargent in the backfield. And Hillcrest is no stranger to big plays, and Coach Mossholder talked about that, how they have to try to limit big play making from Zion Crockett, which, I mean, can you? I don't know. But they don't want him to beat them tonight, and that will be a good matchup. You know, basically Hillcrest defense versus Zion Crockett, right? That'll be a good one.
And sometimes, you know, if Zion Crockett is getting his points, he may get his points. But the question is, what about, you know, Gage Searle, Casey, you know, Bennett South, these other guys, the other running backs,
Liam Lynch,
Liam Lynch, Aaron Ojeda. Can you keep them from scoring? And if you can keep those guys from scoring, then you have a good shot at the victory tonight.
And both teams do, as you saw there, they do a kind of a cheer to start, and they, you know, I think they want to go to the middle of the field, but the refs were there kind of making sure everyone stayed on their own side. A lot of fireworks between these two teams. They played, you know, this is the 5th time in 2 years. Usually a team in your own conference, you probably get once, right? But, you know, they've met up in the playoffs a couple times. Last year, like we said, in that state championship game, me and Joel were both lucky enough to be there as Hillcrest defeated Skyline after Skyline had beat them in the regular season. So, you know, no love lost between these teams, but, you know, it should just be a phenomenal matchup.
Yeah, and, you know, as we get set for the kickoff, want to recognize Brendan Mossholder. He was the back-to-back 5A Coach of the Year, right? Coach of the Year last year, Coach of the Year the year before, and doing a really good job with this Hillcrest team. And he's got a championship under his belt now, Sean. So they are the defending champs, the reigning champs, and we'll see as they're 3-0 if someone can knock them off with their stellar coach and Coach Mossholder. Of course, we won't forget about Coach Scott Berger.
17 years.
Season, man. He's been around forever, and he's got a couple of championships under his belt and trying to get back not just the postseason, but back to that championship game. So interesting. You know, this game is going to be a good measuring stick for both teams. Where are we really? You know, they both played good teams, but this is the true litmus test that I think buoys them up for the rest of the season.
Yeah, 7 of the last 9 state championships in 5A, what used to be 4A, have come from District 6. And from District 6, we're talking Skyline, Hillcrest, as Ryan Borgman is going to kick off, who is a weapon for this Hillcrest team.
Borgman came in as a sophomore a few years back. Now he's a senior, tall senior. So what is it, 6'3", 6'4"?
He's
Borgman.
much taller than we thought, right?
Yeah, he is. And he's got a big leg on him. Came over from the soccer team a couple of years ago, joined this football team. And I don't think he plays soccer anymore. I think he's all in on football. But at one point, he was a dual sport athlete. in the same season.
Hillcrest to kick off. They're in the all-black. Skyline in the North Carolina white with the blue trim. Crockett's going to return it about the 5-yard line. He's got a little space. He's tripped up, but if he's not tripped up, man, he had room. He'll get just past the 30, and Skyline will start off here with the 1st and 10 on the 30.
Yeah, and kicking it straight to Zion. Zion Crockett didn't have to move much for that one, so you wonder, moving forward, does Borgman want to kick away from Crockett? That time he gets it easily. And, yeah, you're right, Sean. If he doesn't get tripped up, he's got 10 more yards at least.
At least, yeah. And good blocking by Skyline. And Skyline did set up in a formation where basically only Crockett was going to be able to get the return unless it was short. And we know Borgman, it probably isn't kicking a lot short. So here we go. We'll see what Skyline comes out with. 1st and 10 on the 30. First play of the game here. Genie in the backfield with Lynch. 3 wide receivers close to us. They're going to run the screen. That's going to go for 1st down, and on that catch was Cruz. Caden Cruz, a big part, as Joel mentioned, of this Skyline offense.
Yeah, it's a good first play by Skyline. It's pretty predictable. They like that screen play, both right side and left side. But on this side, this time they choose the short field, go to the near hash, and really good 1st down pickup by Cruz.
Skyline will do a lot of the receivers, bunch of the receivers, and Skyline through the years, very good blocking receivers. In the shotgun. 1st and 10. It's going to be another screen to Crockett. He's going to get a few on this one, say about 6 depending on the spot. And I like what Skyline's doing here. They're, not going for anything too big, but really well play designs.
Hillcrest defensive coordinator wanted to hold on the outside. No call there, but yeah, he got on the field and got in the ref's ear, calling for a penalty. But another good run there. This time it was the opposite side, Sean, on the screen pass. That time to who else but Zion Crockett.
2nd and 5 on the 48. 11:20. Just a few seconds ticked off this 1st quarter action here at Hillcrest tonight. The defending state champs against Skyline Grizzlies. Skyline will set up 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. Shotgun. It's going to be handoff to Lynch. I think it's going to be enough for a 1st down. Oh, excuse me. So not a 1st down. It's going to be 3rd and 2. One Skyline player is a little gingery getting up. So this is a big play here, right? 3rd down, 1st 3rd down, 3rd and 2. Stop here. Probably going to force Skyline to think about punting it. Hillcrest defense sets up. Skyline shotgun. Crockett in motion. They'll put him in motion. They'll give him the ball. He's going to try to get the edge, and he's not going to get it.
Nope. Yeah, great defense by Hillcrest to set the edge and get inside, because as soon as Crockett got that ball, he was looking inside to use that block that was blocking outside. He cuts in, and the linebacker's right there to stuff it up, and that brings up a 4th and short. But this is go territory, Sean. In a big game like this, you're on this side of the 50, you go with 1 yard to spare.
Skyline putting in some different personnel here, so we'll see what they do. 4th and 1.
You wonder if they go jumbo package here, Sean. You got a tight end in, both sides. 3 back.
Under center, power I here. 1 wide receiver. They're going to go for it. It's going to be handoff, and he's not going to get it. Stop short. Even maybe lost the yard. And that's going to be turnover and downs. Hillcrest will take over with good field position.
Great stuff. There was a number of people on that tackle, but want to especially shout out Bodie's step. I think he was the first one on that hit. And even with the jumbo package, the I formation, couldn't get the block. Bodie step gets in there, and a host of other Hillcrest tacklers. That's the first big play of this game. And Ojeda was only able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Great stop there from Hillcrest defense.
Yeah, Aaron Ojeda, 6'205" senior. He's a big man down there. That's not an easy stop. That's a good job by the Hillcrest defense. Now Hillcrest will take possession for the first time.
When we talked about, what's the storyline here, you got great offense versus great defense. Well, that time Hillcrest shows their teeth on defense, and so now their stellar offense, averaging 40 points a game, is on the field.
Sweetwood in the shotgun. He's going to hand off to Dax Sargent up the middle. He's going to get a few here. And you kind of notice that the Hillcrest line is big. They've got a big line. A lot of the guys came back, and Mossler talked about it. It's a big part of what they do. Their offensive and defensive line.
Yeah, he really likes these guys up front. You got Stepp, Furness, Medlin, Vasquez, Damian Simmons, Murphy, Allen. These guys are all big dudes, and almost all of them are above 6 foot and at least 250, and a few of them getting over the 300 mark. Those are big dudes up front.
A lot of food there. All right, we got a 2nd and 6. Sweetwood's going to take it. He's explosive up the middle. He's got enough for a first down and a little more.
And it's amazing how much of a hole they were able to give him as he crushed through that middle. That hole just kind of opened up. As he was first hitting it, you weren't sure if he was going to go very far. But, man, once he hit that hole, it kind of sprung open for him, and he's able to get that first down.
Yeah, and Sweetwood, 6'4", 200. He's got to be one of the fastest 6'4" guys on the field.
Yeah, and he's not a small guy either. Are you kidding? Over 200 pounds.
He moves.
For this quarterback, and he's got a good arm. Sweetwood committed to play at the next level.
1st and 10 on the 39. Sweetwood in shotgun. One wide receiver close to us. Man in motion. They're going to hand off to that man. It's going to be a sweep to the left side. That's Ethan Sanders. Oh, Kyler Spang actually on the sweep. The 6 and the 9 sometimes, Joel, get me.
Right, I get it. Yeah, Kyler Spang, good run to the outside. We're talking about good blocking from Skyline to start the game, but good blocking there from the Knights. That's just a simple blocking, get in the outside.
Close to a first down on that sweep. 2nd and 2 now on the 31. Knightson's pretty close to scoring position here. Sweetwood shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the right side. Sargent on his right hip. It's going to be a pass. He's looking to that right side, and it's going to be short. And if the defensive back of Skyline would have turned around, he probably could have picked that off, Joel.
Yeah, Sweetwood received some pressure from number 55, J.J. Anderson, the 6'2", 225 sophomore, and Sweetwood had to get that up quickly. And yeah, you're right. If DB would have turned around, that's an easy interception. Good call from the officials of a no call.
It was close. I mean, the ball was up in the air, but if that DB, if Skyline turns around, that's an interception. But it'll bring up 3rd and 2, manageable 3rd down, 7:24 to go. First quarter, no score. Sweetwood's going to line up under center this time. He's got Ryan Meekum in the back, Sargent behind him. They're going to go to Sargent. And Sargent's going to get stuffed, and it's going to be close. I think it's going to be short.
Yeah, Dex Sargent, he doesn't get stopped too much. As a 6'1", 190 senior, he's seen a lot of playing time here at Hillcrest. Of course, a big part of that championship last year. But yeah, as soon as he hit that first level, as soon as he got to the line, Skyline was able to stuff up those holes, Sean.
Yeah, 4th and 2, he didn't get it. And it was a little short. We had to wait for the spot. So 4th and 2 right here on the 38. Hillcrest is going to go for it. Sweetwood shotgun. 4 wide receivers. Sweetwood's going to take it himself up the middle. He'll get the first down and carry some Skyline defenders with him. But I mean, that's the paradox, the problem, right? What do we do? Do we sell out to cover the pass, or do we sell out to cover the run of Sweetwood? That was a Big play on 4th down.
Yeah, I love how the offensive linemen didn't stop, right? They finished their blocks. As Sweetwood got second level, they continued to push. They stayed on their feet, and they played to the end of the whistle. That's the kind of offensive line you want to see week in and week out.
Big time. 1st and 10 on the 17. 6:26 in this first quarter. Hillcrest, I feel like they're being very patient running their offense. No hurry. Sweetwood in shotgun. Dax Sargent on his right hip. One wide receiver. Thompson, he's going to go in motion. And it's going to be a run. Left side, and Sargent won't be touched. It'll be a touchdown. 17-yard touchdown for Dax Sargent. But we do have a flag, Joel.
Yeah, after the play, holding by the offense by number 50. 50 was standing right next to the official. That's Austin Reeves, one of my favorite names on this team. But that'll pull him back, and no touchdown for Dax Sargent. He went in there almost untouched there, Sean.
Yeah, just some touch, like lightly. We lightly touched you. Good. The block was good, apparently.
Yeah, right. The arm tackles were definitely not going to do it on that one for Skyline, but some of that because of the hold from Reeves, and they'll go again.
So allow push Hillcrest back a little bit here. On the 27-yard line. Sweetwood's looking to pass. He's got a receiver. Mason Davis on that reception.
Sweetwood was feeling some heat from Ulysses Tafoya. They came in super hot, unblocked, and that you kind of felt like that was part of the play. It was almost like one of those screen passes where you let the guys in and then you spring free. That was an outside.
I'm going to say that's risky against the Skyline defense.
For sure, but just a quick out route that, allowed him to get that ball away before he got clocked.
Almost back to the original line of scrimmage now, so 2nd and 13 on the 20. Holding penalty brought Skyline back. It's a 2nd and 12 here, Sweetwood and shotgun. Man in motion. They're going to give it to that man. He's going to go right side, try to get the edge. He'll get basically back to the line of scrimmage, and that's Mason Davis.
Mason Davis, the star wide receiver. They use him for some of those jet sweeps. Davis always a dangerous weapon for Hillcrest. One of the lighter guys on this team, Sean, 170, 6 foot, 170, senior. But man, is he electric. We saw an amazing catch against Bonneville. He actually did it twice. First time it was, they called a penalty against him. And then a couple plays later, he went up and got it again, mossed the defender, and sent the cornerback with his tail between his legs. Mason Davis is electric.
3rd and 9 now after that holding penalty. Sweetwood shotgun. He's going to look to that left side. He's got a man. It's tipped. Big defensive play by Skyline's number 23.
That's Michael Jordan, Sean.
Yeah, not Michael Jordan, but you know him as Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor. He knows something about this rivalry between these two teams.
Did he change it? Maybe that was his number. That's why I looked. So now that's going to bring up a 4th down. It looks like Hillcrest will go for a field goal, and Ryan Borgman will come in. Might just be a chip shot from him. Normally in high school, not so much. So 17. They're on the 17, so 27-yard field goal attempt.
Great job by Taylor. He's very experienced DB, and he gets a stop there for his team. As the field goal is up and in, Sean.
And it's good. Field goal is good by Borgman. And Hillcrest is on the board first 3-0 with 5:38 to go in this district clash, this state championship clash. I mean, everything he wants on the board, right?
Yeah, 5A clash. We talked, there's a number of teams, from 5A watching this game, maybe Bishop Kelly, maybe Century, Sean, watching these two teams. And and scouting them out. And then you talk about the conference. This conference is so hard, right? This high country conference in which they find themselves.
We got a
it's
Blackfoot
dominant,
team.
Tough. Blackfoot is coming
this
up.
year.
Man, 7 of the last 9 5A football state titles have come through District 6. Whether it's Skyline or Hillcrest. But of course, most recently, Skyline and Hillcrest trading blows. And then the Knights prevailed, right, for their first title since 2018.
The year before, the Knights lost to Bishop Kelly.
Exactly, to the other Knights.
Where Sweetwood got into that game.
Right,
yep.
right. So, man, this conference is tough. 5A is tough, especially when you talk about Bishop Kelly, Hillcrest, Skyline, 3 titans of 5A football.
And this is my first time to Hillcrest New Stadium, Joel, and it's nice. I like it.
Well, it's the urgent care field at Westmark Stadium.
Yes.
What more could you want?
Not much.
I'm not sure if I want to, if I need some medicine or if I need open a bank account. You know what I mean?
Well, you need both, right? To
That's
pay
true.
for medicine. The kickoff is off, and it's going to be a touchback. And that's the stat we were talking about. Coach Mossholder, I think last year gave us the stat of how many touchbacks Borgman had, and that's a weapon. Like, I don't know, it's not a stat that's going to be in the newspaper or anything, but anytime you can kick it off for a touchback, I think in high school football, it's such a weapon.
Yeah, no doubt. And, well, we have our good friend here, Sam Bernardi from the Post-Register sitting next to us. And maybe Sam could start tracking, the touchbacks.
The touchbacks.
Let's go. Let's get those stats rolling. And we just met them. Sam is coming to us from New Jersey by way of the University of Michigan.
First play for Skyline is a handoff to Crockett. He is explosive. Takes down a Hillcrest player. And that's the kind of the play Skyline was trying to run earlier. And Crockett's going to get his yards and his carries, but if Hillcrest can limit the explosiveness, not one shot, a 50-yarder here or there, I mean, it's easier said than done. And they're going to say it's a first down. There was some confusion there for a second. But
yes. Crockett got the first down. Yeah, Crockett's not only explosive, but he also looks for the contact, right? He'll lower his shoulder, lower the helmet, and use that contact to buoy him forward just a little bit more. That's really good football when you have the speed, the agility, and the strength.
It does track, runs the 100. So he is, one of the fastest people, one of the fastest 5A guys, period. It's going to be a handoff. Skyline's got some room. And that'll be close to a first down. I think that was Ojeda on that carry again.
Yeah, it was. And Aaron Ojeda, Sean, he's grown a little bit, right? He was a sophomore last year, and he kind of hit that sophomore junior growth spurt, that summer before. That's when I hit my growth spurt. I don't know about you. You're probably growing forever. But, man, I did not grow until that summer before my junior year. Took off. Same thing with Aaron Ojeda. He's not only taller, but he is thicker. He's become their bell cow in this backfield.
Yeah, Ojeda, much bigger than last year, I would say. With great views here in the press box. Shotgun, Skyline's going to pitch it up the middle.
It's the Chiefs play, Sean.
Yeah, to Brandon Hughes.
Boston Hughes, man, that wide receiver / tight end, 6'2", 205. And, yeah, that's a little Chiefs play where you shovel pass in that traffic, and everyone's running to that far side. You do that shovel. If they can cut inside, you throw off the entire defense and get big yards. That time was just a few.
And now I believe Skyline is going with Cooper Thomas in the backfield as quarterback. But as I say that, they probably changed it. So Skyline, 2nd and 7 on the 44. So 3 yards on that play. It's going to be a quick pass out screen. It's going to be caught. It's going to be a little short of the first down. And it's going to bring up 3rd down here. 3:52 to go.
And, the Skyline defense, they were able to hold this Hillcrest offense to a field goal, Sean, that's a win, right?
Oh, yeah.
This Hillcrest offense, again, averaging 40 or so points a game. When you can hold them to a Ryland Borgman field goal, you're absolutely winning. And I know the Skyline defense prides themselves on not giving up much. That's still a win for you.
Yeah, it was a turnover and down. Hillcrest had great field position.
Right.
We'll hold them to 3 off. Could have potentially been bad. But here's a big 3rd and 4 for Skyline. Crockett in motion. They're going to run it. It's Thompson. It's going to take the quarterback sneak. He's going to be hammered in the backfield by Hillcrest.
Yeah, that was number 42, Ethan Lords. The only 165 linebacker. He plays a lot bigger than he looks, man. He got in the backfield quickly. And you notice so far on these 3rd, 4th, and shorts, when things have gotten tighter, Hillcrest has pinned their ears back and plugged up those holes really nicely.
Yeah, Skyline hasn't really ran anything that's gone past 5 yards, right? They haven't taken a big shot, a lot of sweeps, a lot of screens. Big 4th down here.
Looks like they're in that punting formation.
And they're going to punt. Crockett's going to punt. It's a good one. Hillcrest, no one back there to even go after it. And this punt's going to go almost to the 5-yard line. So
wow.
Great punt. So I don't know if Hillcrest didn't think they were actually going to punt it. I think if you have Crockett back there, you've got to be cautious. But Hillcrest will take over. 2:59 to go.
For sure. Hey, becoming a power booster on IdahoSports.com is a great way for you and our business to be seen by tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of current and potential clients and customers. And the best part? It's 100% tax deductible. Just email sales@IdahoSports.com, and within 24 hours, your business can be proudly seen on your favorite school's team schedules, rosters, and conference standings. Hit us up at sales@IdahoSports.com to find out how you can become a power booster for your favorite high school or a number of your favorite high schools here in Idaho.
And it's up there all the time when you go and check the schedule or the plays. That power booster's right up there. For Hillcrest, you have Grand Peaks Medical, Pharmacy, Dental, and Behavioral Health, MVP Rentals, The Roof Resource, Teton Toyota, Teton Volkswagen, Skyline. Has all the same power boosters, Joel.
Yeah, they sure do.
MVP Rentals, The Roof Resource, Teton Toyota, Teton Toyota, and Teton Volkswagen. So great power boosters. Thank you so much for helping us get this broadcast as Hillcrest takes a timeout.
Yeah, and again, if you're interested in becoming a power booster, email sales@IdahoSports.com. Find out how you can support your favorite high school or a number of high schools, and also allow us to keep bringing you this game and all the great content on IdahoSports.com free.
Yeah. I mean, if I was you, I would tune into the East Idaho Prepcast.
I mean,
on Mondays.
I mean, I would too. I think it's like 8:30 or something every Monday.
The hosts are okay. Content is phenomenal.
And every once in a while, the hosts bring in a guest, and that makes it even better.
Absolutely. So Hillcrest with a timeout. But it will be their second crack at it. 1st and 10 on the 6. And I love soccer, Joel, but sometimes the soccer lines on these turf fields make it hard to see.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you got your penalty box right there. You have your 18-yard goalie box as we have a run up the middle.
Run up the middle for Hillcrest. That's Sargent. He'll take it for about 6 yards.
And I think that's also, is that track? That's the shot put circles as well for track and field.
Oh, the black lines.
Yeah, the black lines.
Okay.
So you got track, you got soccer. But this is a great field, man. You can get all those sports out here, get all these kids opportunities to play on a good field. It's fantastic. Really grateful for all the sponsors who make high school sports possible for these kids.
Sargent got 9 on that play, so it's 2nd and 1.
Big hole.
We're going to roll to him again. Look at the first down plus a few more. And Sargent, the workhorse right now. He'll come out, though.
Yeah, he got easily second level. Luckily, Sawyer Davis came in from the middle and made that tackle, because if not, Sargent's got a few more yards at least.
So 1st down and 10 on the 22 for Hillcrest. And Skyline defense has done a good job of holding. No big plays yet for either team, right? It's all been small arms fire here.
Now Hillcrest under center.
This time they're going to sneak it up for another good push. And you just see that. You see that offensive line for Hillcrest really can get that push, momentum.
A shout out number 71, Landon Murphy, the senior offensive lineman. A lot of these guys, like you said, Sean, came back from last year.
Yep.
When your offensive line has experience, that means they're going to have chemistry, and that's fewer things you got to work through early on in the season. When your offensive line is experienced, has chemistry, you're going to win a lot of football games.
And Coach Mossholder has also told us multiple times the gym, right? The weight room has become
big weight room guy.
Become a huge asset to this Hillcrest Knights team. Sweetwood is in the shotgun, man in motion. And they're going to go back with a nice little run up the middle. Sargent, he'll be very close to the first down. And Skyline doing a lot of little jabs right now. Just jab, 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 jab. And they're going to give him the first down. I thought that might have been a generous spot, Joel. But
yeah, a little bit. But you know what? One thing I was noticing on that jumbo package, Skyline didn't have enough players on the line. I mean, they had a couple of guys on the outside, guys kind of in the secondary. But when Hillcrest is lining up like that, I know you're trying to avoid the explosive plays, but you may want to put one more guy in the box just to give yourself a little bit more chance to maybe not stop him on the line, but slow him down so he doesn't get second level.
Yeah, sometimes you've got to take chances on the defensive side too, right?
Right.
Or you're just, it's just going to be the same thing over and over again. So 1st and 10 on the 32, Hillcrest zone 32. Sweetwood shotgun. He's going to take it himself up the middle. This time, Skyline's going to meet him with a good tackle. I believe it was 25 of Skyline. And that's going to be the end of the quarter. At the end of the first quarter, Hillcrest 3, Skyline 0. It's East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Help dreams come true with the Ideal 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits and ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, apprenticeships, K-12 education, and student loan repayment nationwide. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org to learn more.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Welcome back to East Idaho Game Night. Hillcrest with the 2nd and 6 after we flip the field on the 36. Sweetwood in shotgun. And in motion, and it's going to be play action pass. And it's going to be met, and nice tackling by Skyline. No mistakes there by Gage Searle.
Yeah, the experienced Gage Searle. We've called his number for a few years now.
I think there's been a Searle on Skyline's team for 25 years at this point. But
and I love it because he's only 5'10", but he's 170. Great open field tackle from Searle. His family must be proud of that one because, like you said, a lot of Searles coming through this Skyline program over the years.
Thompson, number 19 of Hillcrest on the catch. So it's a 3rd and 2. Most of the third downs for Hillcrest have been pretty manageable at this point by good running game. Man in motion. They're going to fake that. They're going to give it to Sweetwood's going to take it himself, and he's going to get it. It wasn't easy, but he'll get another first down. And what do you do, Joel, if you're the Skyline defense? They can pass it. They can give it to Dak Sargent, and then, oh, we need 2 yards. We'll go Sweetwood.
Well, yeah, Coach Berger said, Hillcrest plays a physical style of football, as we've seen so far. I mean, almost every carry is at least 3 yards. I think they're averaging, 3 or 4 yards a carry here. So Skyline knew they were going to bring the physicality, but it's one thing knowing it and one thing experiencing it. And so far, Skyline has experienced that physicality, as Hillcrest has no problem is moving this ball nice and slow down the field.
Sweetwood's going to fake it, give a screen pass, and that Skyline defense is right there. He'll get right back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
I like that wrinkle, trying to go for the screen on the inside, but yeah, Skyline sniffed that out. And so Skyline's been having to prepare this week for this physical offense. And, so far, they're only giving up 3 points.
I mean, really the only
not bad
big play came back on a holding.
Right.
So, Skyline's defense has been pretty stout.
The problem is this drive has gone along. It's going to keep dragging out for Hillcrest. That's great.
2nd down. Sweetwood's going to toss it through the middle. It's too high for the receiver, and that was probably the longest pass of either team for the whole game.
Yeah, for sure. And good sportsmanship by Taylor. Taylor, who decked the intended receiver, but pulled him up both hands and showed some good sportsmanship there.
2nd and 9 on the 46, 9:38 to go in this first half action. Hillcrest 3, Skyline 0. I guess part of me thought it might be high scoring, and then part of me thought it might be like it is now. So.
Right. Well, and of course, Skyline won a game this season 9-6 against Granger. So Skyline's also very comfortable with the lowest scoring game.
Got him right where they want him.
Right.
Sweetwood's going to take himself up the middle, and he's going to spin and get the first down. Wow. Dancing is Sweetwood all the way to the first down. Should have been brought down maybe after 3 yards. Does a nice little turbo button spin move for a first down.
What you can't do against Sweetwood is tackle high and arm tackle. Got to get low on Sweetwood to those hips. Drive through. Unfortunately, they went high, went arm tackle, and Sweetwood spins through that and gets the first down and then some more. Great long 3rd down run from Sweetwood. And, that's a gutsy call from Coach Mossholder, going for the 3rd and long QB sneak.
He is the offensive coordinator, play caller. So it's going to bring up 1st and 10 on the 43. 8:57 to go here. It's going to be handoff to Sargent, right side. He's going to be met, get a couple yards on the play. And again, Hillcrest just jabbing. A lot of runs trying to get to the edge, maybe cutting in, but just nothing fancy. Kind of like a Toyota Corolla. It just works.
Let the record show that Sean Kane just compared Tyson Sweetwood to a Toyota Corolla.
No, I meant the Hillcrest offense.
Oh, the Hillcrest offense.
Reliable.
Let the record show that Sean Kane compared the Hillcrest offense to a Toyota Corolla.
Reliable. Doesn't break down.
Coach Mossholder actually might love that metaphor.
They're going to put it on a shirt next week, is what I've been told.
That's right. We are the Toyota Corolla of high school offense.
2nd and
Sean,
8 on the
classic.
48. 8 to go. Skyline looking to blitz. And Sweetwood's going to take it himself. He's going to break one tackle. 2nd tier speed. And Sweetwood's going to break that all the way for a Hillcrest touchdown. And again, I thought he should have been tackled, but wow. So 41-yard touchdown run by Sweetwood. And just like that, Hillcrest takes a kind of a big lead the way this game is going. But Sweetwood should have been tackled, bounces outside to the right, all the way for a touchdown. Borgman for the extra point. And the kick is up. It's good. So it's 10-7 or 10-0 now, Hillcrest here in the 2nd quarter. And that was a great run by Sweetwood. And you've just, I don't know what you got to do. Dive, dip, dodge at him, but He's a hard man to bring down.
Yeah, for sure. Again, more, like you said, more arm tackle attempts, and Sweetwood shedded those tackles easily and continued to drive, bounced outside, and a 41-yard. That's the longest play of the game, Sean. 41-yard scramble by the quarterback makes the score 9. Extra point is good, makes it 10-0. Leading the Skyline Grizzlies is the Hillcrest Knights. And you going back to the Toyota Corolla idea, those
You're not going to let this go.
I love it, and I think that's a great metaphor. You probably want something a bit more shiny, but again, it's reliable. But every once in a while, if you need it to go, it'll zip for you, right?
It's got
it'll
front-wheel drive,
right? And
the engine goes for 300,000 miles without any issues.
But that's exactly what the Knights did, right? They kind of lulled them into a little bit of secure. Okay, they're going to just keep jabbing us, and then they break off the massive run to that right side by Tyson Sweetwood.
And I think what Sweetwood saw there too is the blitz and maybe changed the play at the line of scrimmage and took it himself, because I don't know if that was the original call. We'll have to get the info on that later. That kick is going to go back for a touchback, and I'm telling you, it's a weapon.
No doubt, especially in high school, if you have a good kicker, even a decent kicker, you're gonna win football games just because your kicker.
Field position game, right?
Exactly.
Hillcrest hasn't, besides that original kickoff that didn't go all the way back, has not had good field position for any of their possessions. And this is just their third possession, right? So first possession for Skyline, turnover on downs. Second possession, they had to punt, and now this is a third possession. Hillcrest has only had 2 possessions and scored both times, so pretty efficient offense from Hillcrest right now. As Skyline lines up for 1st and 10 on the 20. And Giannini's going to air it out, and he's got a receiver. Just overthrew him. And he had him, and I like the shot from Skyline to go for it. Just overthrew him, and that's not typical what you see in high school. You don't see a ton of overthrows. And Giannini the third has an arm.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's his first throw, really.
Offensive coordinator Brett Taylor, they like explosive plays, along with, of course, with head coach Scott Berger. And so they went for the explosive play there, double covered, but luckily Giannini overthrew him and not underthrew him, because that could have been obviously a dangerous pass into that double coverage.
So 2nd and 10 from the 20.
And Giannini, just a junior, so good to get this 6'2" junior some game time experience.
Giannini's going to roll to his right. He's going to take it. He's got some room. Look at about 7 on that quarterback run. I love these stadiums here in Idaho Falls that have the lights, right?
For sure.
They got the poles that shoot out the different lights and the LEDs. They got some red obviously going here, as Hillcrest is red and black.
And hopefully you saw it on the video, right?
Yeah, it's
the
flashing.
lights flashing after the score. Pretty fun in-game experience here.
Hillcrest jerseys remind me of Nebraska when they do the black shirts. They do the defense, and they have like the skull and bones, kind of what Hillcrest looks like tonight. Skyline, North Carolina is pretty much the easy go-to there.
For sure, yeah. The classic baby blue with the white tops.
3rd down here. Giannini's going to look to throw. He's in trouble, and he's going to throw it to no one. They're going to want a flag somewhere. They're not going to get it. It'll be 4th and 3 regardless. I think they were hoping for an intentional grounding, but there was a receiver there. He just, I think, threw it so no one could catch it. Just a heads-up play.
Yeah, for sure. And Giannini was trying to direct traffic for his receivers, but they couldn't quite get separation from the DB. So good. That's a coverage incompletion. Great defense.
Skyline's offensive line held very well for that. He had all kinds of time to throw it.
Well, and some fans here thought it was a hold.
Okay. Crockett's going to punt it. Back to receive it. Hillcrest is just going to let it go. That's Sanders, number 3 for Hillcrest, but he's going to let it roll. It takes a favorable Skyline roll all the way to the 11 or 10 yard line.
Yeah, I believe that was a 20-yard bounce, Sean. It was kind of it was a low punt, squib punt.
The bunt was what, about the 30, and it's all the way back now. So, but the way the Hillcrest offense has been rolling, I think, you'd rather just, play on the caution side, let that ball roll, than take a chance.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good call there, Sean. And you know Dak Sargent, you know Tyson Sweetwood. And can we just talk about, again, another call from head coach Mossholder having Sweetwood run both those times? They've had him run a few times, but on both those calls, he sprung for big yards. That's a massive weapon to have on this offense.
Sweetwood in the shotgun. Backed up to their own 10. Sweetwood's going to roll. He's got a receiver. He just shoots him too far ahead of him. It's going to be incomplete, but Skyline or Hillcrest looking to open up the playbook a little bit here. I think they're going for a few more big plays.
Yeah, Hillcrest has the momentum, and it was interesting on that throw. Sweetwood, he felt like there was a little bit you could see some moxie, some comfort back there in the backfield. He kind of danced a little bit, looked for that receiver, but overthrew him. Now, that's twice now that Sweetwood has thrown into some traffic, and if Skyline is on their toes a little bit more, keeping their eyes up, there might be a couple interceptions in this game.
And Skyline, with Taylor back there, one of the most experienced secondaries probably in 5A football. I'll say it. Sweetwood is shotgun. He's going to pass. Long pass, but just down the sideline. He's got a receiver. It's going to be short of a first down, but it's going to get some yards. And is there a flag? We had a lot of whistles blow.
Yeah, right. I think he just ran out of bounds, and so the whistles were blown before there was more extracurricular activity between the two teams.
It seemed like there was a flag, though, right? Or something. Everyone came in. I mean, regardless, it's going to be 3rd and 3, and that's been what Hillcrest has managed very well, is every third down's been 2 or 3 yards. And now Skyline's going to take a timeout. And while they take a timeout, Joel's going to give us some information here, some useful Toyota Corolla information.
That's right. Do you have what it takes to be a power booster for your school on IdahoSports.com? Show your devotion to your school and advertise your business at the same time by becoming a power booster. You get a large clickable display banner on every team page for your school and a clickable link with your business name on every broadcast we do for your school during the regular season and state tournaments. Power boosters are a great way for you and our business to be seen by tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of current and potential clients and customers. And the best part, it's 100% tax deductible. Becoming a power booster is fast and easy. Just email sales@IdahoSports.com, and within 24 hours, your business can be proudly seen on your favorite school's team schedules, rosters, and conference standings. Multi-school discounts are available. Again, email sales@IdahoSports.com to find out more how you can become a power booster on IdahoSports.com.
And if Teton Toyota is, listening,
I mean, we got you guys.
They're
Are you kidding?
A power booster for both. The owner of Idaho Sports also likes Toyota. I'm just going to throw that out there. So here we go, 3rd and 3. It's kind of a big third down for Skyline. Stop here. Sweetwood's going to take it himself and keep doing what he's been doing all night, is getting the yards, and it's going to be a first down.
And a great lead block there from Bodie Stepp on the offensive line. Continue to push and shove his 6'3", 290 frame so Sweetwood could spring for some yards. And that's what they've done, right? Big third downs. You have long third down, short third down. Give the ball to Sweetwood. Let your dudes up front, the big fellas up front, do their work. And really another easy first down, frankly, for Hillcrest.
Yeah, and for Skyline, that's going to be the riddle. What do we do to stop this? Because it's been a heavy dose of Sweetwood running the ball. Skyline's got Hillcrest's got first down now on the 25. And that's blown up in the backfield, but still comes out of it.
Wow. I mean, that ball, if he fumbles the snap, and Sweetwood is still able to get, Sean, 3? We call it
a healthy 2.
Yeah, healthy 2. I mean, that's That's a really strong quarterback who's running the ball after almost disastrous snap.
And I think it almost surprised the Skyline defenders more than anything. The awareness was, oh, wait, we could have gotten this. But, yeah, Sweetwood be able to get something out of nothing there. What a weapon. So 2nd and 8 now on the 27. 2 wide receivers close to us. Man in motion. They're going to bring everyone close to us. Sweetwood's going to drop back. He's going to throw it. He's got his receiver open. He breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and is down right in front of us here. And that's number 19, Thompson. And that was a well-designed play. Sweetwood had all kinds of time. Thompson, nice catch and a good run there. Broke a few tackles.
Yeah, he sure did. And, it was a delayed blitz by Skyline from the left side, and that allowed for single coverage on this near corner. And so great read from Sweetwood. If you're Coach Mossholder, he says they're always looking for the 5, avoiding the 6. And while the 6 came from the same side, that 6 actually became a 5 because of the delayed blitz. Good read there from Sweetwood.
So 1st and 10 on the 43 now. 4:10 left to go in the second quarter. Hillcrest up 10-0. Sweetwood's going to take it himself. He's met this time by a gang of Skyline Grizzlies as they maul him down.
Yeah, and that was a much better tackle there this time from number 16 of Skyline. Wrapped him up. I believe that was Ledger Searle on the tackle. He went straight to the waist and held on, allowed his other players to get there and finish that tackle. And that much better than the arm tackles, upper body arm tackles that we've seen from Skyline the last few plays.
And maybe some miscommunication. Damon Simmons, 66 of Hillcrest, offensive line, had his arms up. What happened?
Right. Yeah, Damian Simmons, the 6'4", 220 kid, man.
We didn't get 40 yards. Anyways, 2nd and 9, 1 yard on that play. Sweetwood in the shotgun. He's going to drop back. He's going to throw it. He's got a receiver covered very well by Skyline. Really no chance there. Again, the passing lanes have not where it's been. Skyline's secondary has been pretty much lights out. It's just the running game of Hillcrest has really been the difference. Some longer plays.
Right, yeah, that pass intended for number 11, Tate Prince, had a great game against Bonneville 2 weeks ago. But yeah, that single coverage, the ball was just out of the reach. Good coverage there from Skyline. Even in the single coverage, it was good coverage.
Yeah, and both coaches mentioned the one-on-ones is where it's going to make the difference. Sweetwood's going to take it now, and he's open. He's got room, and again, he gets past that second tier without being touched, and it's a big play. It's not a huge amount of play, but as the way this game is going, it's a big play.
Yeah, and once he gets through the A or B gap, those holes are so wide, he can really take off, right? When you're not getting touched, you can really get your speed going, and that second level becomes that much easier. And yeah, you easily get second level, but man, he owes his big fellas up front so far, at least a milkshake.
Yeah, Sweetwood's not really getting touched at that first point of contact.
Right.
And once he gets some speed, well, good luck. 1st and 10 on the 28 now for Hillcrest. Sweetwood in the shotgun. He's going to send his receivers out. We got 4 wide receivers stacked both sides. Sweetwood's going to take it himself. Left side fumble. That ball is out. It's picked up by Hillcrest. And disaster avoided.
Disaster avoided, and then some positive yards. That ball bounces Hillcrest's way. Hillcrest picks it up, and gets the first down thanks to the fumble.
Another first down off the fumble. The fumble rolled the right way. That was by the right person. But as we talked about, Skyline's defense is ferocious.
And, so far the ball is literally bouncing Hillcrest's way. They're up 10-0, looking to score with 2 minutes remaining in this half. And, Sean, something to think about. Hillcrest gets the ball in the second half to start.
Yep. So here we go. 1st and 10 now on the 13 after the fumble plus play. Play action, right side. He's got his receiver, and he's going to go in free for a 13-yard pass. For a 13-yard pass touchdown to Ryan Meekum. Ryan Meekum. I remember him from last year. Tight end, linebacker. He looks like a linebacker, but makes that pass. So Sweetwood now with one on his legs and one with the arm. Bring the score to... the blocked. Extra point is blocked. So it'll say 16-0 with 1:42 left to go in the first half. So Hillcrest or Skyline keeping it manageable. And we've seen this before. It'll be some second half adjustments, I think, for Skyline. Skyline's got 1:42 here. I think you still got to try to look to get something on the board before halftime. Now you're getting the light show.
Hopefully enjoying that on your screens. Yeah, I love that play. You got the jumbo package. He dips under, fakes over, right? So you're dipping under one to one backer who starts to take off. You dip over your head as if you might be doing a quick throw, and then he rolls backwards into the near side and hits that first back. There's Ryan Meekum, who was taken off to the near side.
Untouched.
As soon as Ryan Meekum took off, I thought this is going to be a little play action. Sure enough, it was, and touchdown, Hillcrest. But by missing that extra point, it is still technically a 2-possession game.
Yep.
For Skyline.
Yep, big time. I mean, the good thing for Hillcrest is they got a kicker and Borgman that can make it a touchback. They have Crockett and Garcia back for Skyline. 1:42 left to go in this first half action. And here comes the kickoff. And it's a kind of a low one, and it's going to be a touchback. Almost going out of bounds. So Skyline will take over with 1:42 to go. Down 16-0. What's Skyline got to do here with this 1:42, Joel?
I think you go to your screen passes that worked in that first quarter. You go maybe left side, right side, and then you get some positive yards, and you take a shot downfield. I think you get a first down. You get comfortable. You get that first down with those 2 or 3 screen passes. Then you take a shot downfield.
All right. I think you go for it. I think you take a shot right here on the first play. Here we go. Skyline's going to set up. It's going to be a quick screen pass, as Joel said, but into the dirt. Kind of a low snap. That was Giannini, the third on that throw. Because Skyline's been running 2 quarterbacks, so you got to keep an eye out for it.
Right.
You have Cooper Thomas has also gotten in for a few plays. He's number 0. Giannini, the third, is number 2. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Just a few ticks off the clock there. 1:39 to go here in the first half. But Skyline at least get something positive going here. The offense has kind of died down a little bit. Giannini in the shotgun. Running back to his hip. It's going to be a quarterback design run up the middle and close to first down. And let's see where they spot it. Oh, 8 yards, all right. So 3rd and 8. Skyline chipping away a little bit here.
Yeah, so on this 3rd and 2 play, man, that was a nice design, just a straight up the middle play, but you had your blockers basically splitting to either side, which gave that massive hole to Giannini, and now 3rd and short. Let's see what they do here.
Parting the Black Sea, if it were tonight. 3rd and 2, big 3rd down. It's going to be a quarterback run right side. He'll have enough for the first down as Giannini the third. And the clock's going to keep rolling. 52 seconds here. They'll stop it to move the sticks.
Once it's stopped to move the sticks, if you're Skyline, you got to be ready with the play, and they are. They're going to hurry up.
Skyline ready to go. 45 seconds and ticking. First down on the 36. And some semis going by, and the pass is almost intercepted in the hands of Thompson of Hillcrest. Just couldn't quite bring it down. Oh, man. He's going to want that one back.
Yeah, they took advantage of that middle, right in the middle of the field. It was almost a soft zone, whole space for Hillcrest defense, and he was right there. The ball was a little bit overthrown, Sean, but man, you got to pull that down, right?
If you're Thompson, you want that one. He had it in the bread basket, just couldn't quite bring it. So 2nd and 10, 35 seconds to go here. Hillcrest will line up. Haven't seen a lot of Crockett in the, this later second quarter. It's going to be another pass. They're going to get that pass off. It's going to be enough for a first down and hopefully out of bounds, and he does for Skyline. Rivera on the catch there. 29 seconds. Skyline moving the ball here, though, right? The last few drives have not been super successful at moving the ball. Skyline moving the ball here. Positive before half. You'd love to get a score because, like you said, Joel, Hillcrest does get the ball to start the second half.
And good decision to do a quick out route to Rivera to stop the clock after those positive yards.
Skyline in the shotgun. They're going to play action and in trouble. It's going to get the pass off, and it is intercepted right around the 50-yard line. Hillcrest will take over. It is number 26. Stedham?
Yep, that's Zach Stedham.
Stedham.
The DB.
26.
Yep, 26, Zach Stedham. And I'm not sure what Giannini saw there as he passes across his chest, opposite side of the field, which ends up going to the middle of the field, and Stedham was right there for the interception. That might be the easiest pick this year for Stedham and for this entire team, really just right to him.
Yeah, he
Barely
almost looked off. Yeah, going across the field is probably not the best play. So Hillcrest will take over here with 20 seconds on the 46-yard line.
And if you're Hillcrest, this is the big play.
Pass overthrown to Mason Davis. A lot of the, well, actually, I think it's been a good mix. They've gotten Sweetwood rolling on the passes. They've had him drop back. The ones he's dropped back haven't been super successful. In part, Skyline's DBs are good, right? It's those one-on-ones, you really have to thread the needle. But definitely, if Hillcrest goes for a big shot here, I mean, that's a big hole for Skyline to climb out of in the second half. 2nd and 10, 17 seconds, a few more plays left. Sweetwood, shotgun. He's just going to hand it off this time. And not much room there. The clock's going to run there. About 2 yards on the run. Yeah, Hillcrest was trying to take the timeout way sooner, I believe. So, yeah, well, they're going to give him 1 more second back. So, 12 seconds here to go. Two plays maybe if you pass it, 1 play if you run it.
Yeah, and I think you get 1 more run. You call a timeout. They got 1 more timeout left, and then you go for the end zone, or you set up Rylan Borgman for a long field goal. Give him a chance.
Give him
40-plus yarder. Let's go.
Okay, I like that. I think.
But they'd have to get to what
the 35,
call it 30, right? Because you're adding 17, so 25-yard line, 30-yard line to make it 47-yarder, or
quick out route to the sideline here. The receiver gets open, you hit him, he goes right out of bounds. Maybe have it.
But testing this secondary, that's a tough one against Skyline. I do love, though, that Coach Mossholder is trusting his offense. Let's go deep, and even if we get a pick, that Skyline isn't scoring on us before the half.
Yeah.
So go for it.
Yeah, here you go. 3rd and 8, 12 seconds left. Sue, it is going to look to air it out to the sideline. He's got his receiver.
Wow.
And only 9 seconds left. I mean, only like 3 seconds off the clock, so that was quick. That's going to be a 1st down.
And that was a great throw from Sweetwood to Dresden Thompson.
Timing route, right?
Yeah.
He turned his shoulder right at the right time. Good throw. Those timing throws are difficult, to say the least. I can't do it, Joel. I'm sure you can.
All the time. To my my 11-year-old boy,
He's
always
never
getting those
missed
out
one.
routes. The
First and
timing is impeccable in the Richardson household.
1st and 10 on the 35, 9 seconds. Another quick pass.
Quick pass up the field goal.
Up the middle. They're going to have to call the timeout. Mossholder does. And
There it comes.
they're right there. You're
Let's
right
go.
there. So that pass goes to Davis, Mason Davis. And they bring out the kicker. Hillcrest obviously has taken the timeout, but they already got the field goal unit out. They didn't need to talk about it. It's a timeout. Skyline's going to go to the sideline, and it's going to be a what? Field goal. The ball is on the...
It'll be a 42-yarder. Ball's on the 25-yard line. 25 plus 17. 42. So 42-yarder for Borgman. And I love that they got the 25-yard line, Sean. We called it, right?
Yep.
2 quick throws, get out of bounds, get to the middle of the field.
I think
Call
it was
the
a
timeout.
smart move to hit the middle, right? Skyline's honing in on the sidelines, hit the middle. You got a timeout in the pocket. You get the pass, you get it. So,
yeah, great play calling from Mossholder, great execution from this offense, and now they give Borgman a 42-yard try.
he's like, all right, Sweetwood, you got 2 scores. I'm 2 scores. I'm looking for that IdahoSports.com player of the game, too.
It's been too long since we gave it to a special teams player.
That's usually me who does. I'm just saying. I've been told I'm the problem.
You're the solution, Sean.
Here we go.
You're the
Big
gift.
42-yard field goal. You don't see this field goal outside in high school football too often. All right, Borgman.
This is the quiet the fans have been all night, by the way.
It's hushed. We're on the Hillcrest side, obviously, and you could hear a pin drop.
Skyline fans, too. There's no sound from Skyline. Everyone's curious. Can he do this?
It's up. Man, and it's good. It would have been good from easily 50 yards. Wow, what a field goal.
Rylan Borgman, the hero of Hillcrest, off that field goal, not because it just won the game or anything, but because it was a 42-yarder here in high school. That's awesome.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a stadium get quiet. Even if it's a game-winning field goal, people are, screaming and yelling. The whole stadium kind of got quiet. It was a weird dynamic. So
you know what? That's pride and honor for the special teams, man. I love that. I love that. More of that, please.
Well, at halftime, as we go into halftime, it is 19-0. Hillcrest ahead of Skyline. The rematch of the 5A state championship here on East Idaho Game Night. We're going to take a few breaks, and we'll be back with the halftime show on IdahoSports.com.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
So, what's next? Your path doesn't have to look like theirs. You can do this, or this, or this. Check out in-demand jobs in Idaho and get up to $8,000 to find your thing.
Help dreams come true with the Ideal 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits and ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, apprenticeships, K-12 education, and student loan repayment nationwide. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org to learn more.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
We're Valleywide Cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Once again, we have contributed to your Ideal College Savings Program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Ideal. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. I love it.
College costs money.
Welcome back to East Idaho Game Night as we have the rematch of the Class 5A State Championship here in Idaho Falls at Hillcrest. Kind of a similar story as Hillcrest leads at halftime 19-0. It was a little closer in the state championship game, but yeah, Hillcrest firing in all cylinders, 19-0. Done it on the back of Sweetwood, right? He's got a running touchdown for 41 yards. He has a 13-yard passing touchdown. But let's not get too hasty, Joel. Ryan Borgman has 2 field goals, 27-yard field goal, and just before halftime, just chip-shotted it in a nice little 42-yard variety field goal. So for me, I know where I would go with IdahoSports.com Player of the Year. Or player of the game.
Yeah.
But, you know, Sweetwood's been amazing. For Skyline, not a whole lot offensively. I will say the defense has held, I think, as best as you could through 2 quarters.
Yeah, no, they have. Unfortunately, you know, it's still 19-0, right? Yeah, they've been able to get stops, but this Hillcrest offense is too consistent, and they're too big for the Skyline defense to really hold them on consecutive possessions. They might get 1, maybe 2, but then you have Sweetwood who runs off a 13, 14-yard, 3rd and 8 play, and that's why he has 80-plus rushing yards so far in this half. And so Skyline, their defense is holding, but not enough.
And then the turnover too.
And then
right, Skyline had a little momentum. Their offense was probably moving the best it had all night, and they throw Giannini the third throws an interception, kind of a bad throw.
Yep.
But you've got to start going for something too. So I can't discredit what he was trying to do, but just across the field, just must have not even seen the Hillcrest player because Ryan Meekum just kind of stood and went right to him.
Yeah, for sure. And, you had that interception late in the second half, which set up Ryland Borgman's field goal eventually. And then in the in the second quarter, late in the second quarter, and then early in the first quarter, Skyline received the ball first and went on 4th and short and got stuffed by Hillcrest defense. And so Skyline's, one turnover on down, one turnover from the interception, and those are just two easy examples. But beyond that, Skyline has had to punt twice, and so every possession they either turnover or turnover on downs.
2 punts, turnover downs, interception. In a game like this, a turnover and downs is pretty much a turnover.
Right.
I mean, it won't go that way in the stat book, but as far as how the game is progressing, it's a turnover. And really we've talked a lot about the Hillcrest offense, but let's talk about the Hillcrest defense, right? The defense has held Skyline, which has won numerous state champions over the past, 10, 15 years, to where this Hillcrest defense has held them scoreless for the first half action, and very convincingly, right? Skyline hasn't got anything rolling offensively, and as we're kind of talking about, I don't think Zion Crockett touched the ball in the second quarter, and if you're Skyline, you've got to get him the ball.
Yeah, for sure. And this 3-4 defense by Hillcrest is plugging up holes. Skyline has had some success on the outside, but it seems like when they have a good positive play on the outside, the next play either falls incomplete because of a bad pass or the play is broken up. What we haven't seen too much of is pressure on the quarterback. The quarterback's gotten rid of the ball quickly enough, and so Skyline can hang their hat on, okay, we're giving our quarterback enough time actually, so let's get either a good screen pass or a good play, maybe some slants across the middle or some outside throws, because the quarterback does have that. That is one positive for this offense. The quarterback has had time.
Yeah, the Skyline offensive line has done a pretty good job. I think Hillcrest or Skyline might also just want to try some runs. Give their running backs a chance. Maybe get them some more touches. Maybe up the numbers and try to wear down the Hillcrest defense, which is easier said than done. Right, Ojeda, he's a big guy. They ran him in the first quarter. Then we kind of went away from that run because you're down, right? But I think you come back. It's a new game, right?
Yep.
It's the second quarter.
Tale of two halves.
I think you go back. You still run the ball, but both teams were pretty good at possession. And if you had time of possession stat, I think Hillcrest has pretty much had the ball a majority of the game offensively.
For sure. Coach Berger said they need to establish the run and protect the quarterback. And Sean, you've said that, right? Mm-hmm. We need, and they are protecting the quarterback, but this run hasn't been established. They've had some success, so let's see more of that. Let's see if that run can then open up the passing game. Buy their quarterbacks a little bit more time, and maybe then as you're getting the run game going, you're able to hit those big plays.
Yeah, and Coach Berger, what do we got to do to hit some of those big plays? And I think, like you just said, we've got the offensive line blocking. We've got some things. Now maybe they just need to draw up some of those big plays. I think maybe you try to go for a little more. But I think it's kind of a little more apparent, I think, from our side of things that the quarterback situation for Skyline is not where it has been in past years, right? You had Carmine Garcia, right? He's a phenomenal starter guy. Now you've got kind of a two-headed monster back there, and Giannini, I think, is playing good. He's just not playing like a quarterback that's played for 3 seasons, obviously, right? Sure. It's his first year starting or being in that position. I think that's the quarterback difference right now. You have Sweetwood, who's been playing, the player of the year, and then you have Giannini, who's just kind of getting his feet in the door of this quarterback arena, and I think that's been the difference.
And, they're also trying to out Cooper Thomas, but, neither quarterback has really separated themselves, and maybe this is what their offense wants. Skyline is we're going to play both quarterbacks and kind of mix some things and give
maybe
Hillcrest.
Hot hand.
Yeah, exactly, and give Hillcrest a few looks, but neither quarterback really separated themselves if the coaching staff is looking for that go-to quarterback. But, Sean, you talk about big plays. Each week, Idaho Sports does big plays. We compile the big plays from all the broadcasts that we do week in, week out. And Idaho Sports on the socials put that out tonight. And we're going to show that at the break.
Yeah, we've got every week the big plays from all the games we've been covering throughout all of Idaho. There's some good ones there. I watched it already. I got the sneak peek, right? But it's been great. And, it's great. You got your clip now, right, of your big play for the team you like, or maybe you're the player, but it's been a very fun segment on Facebook or Twitter, wherever you divulge your social media. So I think we'll watch that. Yeah, let's hit it. Let's hit up the top plays of the past week before we jump into the second half action on Gate City Game Night.
Set, tossing the ball, and gives it right off to Zion. Zion has one blocker, makes one man miss.
Oh, no.
And oh boy, made that man miss, and he is gone. Zion Crockett showing off the speed. As the handoff again is to Hammond, and he has a lead blocker, and Hammond cuts it outside. He's at the 50, he's at the 40, he's at the 30, he's got one man to beat. And stiff arm, touchdown. Call ball starter, kick is up. Blocked. It is blocked!
Some more Keenan motion. Landmark rolling to the near side. Spinning off the runners and still on his feet, breaking away. Lost in Landmark. Has to get past Covington. Down the sideline, put on the brakes and stepped out. Going out. Looking to throw. Finds Greaser. No one's going to catch him this time. Ace Greaser into the end zone for a touchdown.
Bottom, looking to receive, he's looking to pass, he's not going to get anything, so he's going to keep it. Now he throws it away and gets a receiver midfield. He's going to go down, he's past the 20, he's going to get to almost the 10. And it's going to be intercepted by the Diamondbacks, and it's going to go a pick 6. Touchdown, Diamondbacks. That's number 45. Boy. To the 15-yard line, up to the 30, 35, to the 40, 45, 50, 45. He could go all the way. Got one man to beat. Touchdown, McCall Dogwood.
Receiver low, fakes the handoff. Hoffman rolls out to the top of the screen, has a man open. That's complete. And staying in bounds and breaking a tackle and taking it to the house. Touchdown, Middleton.
Hands it off up the middle, gets outside, and he's got plenty of green grass. Can he outrun? He will, the last defender. And there it is, number 5 for the massive run, Laramie Lara.
Welcome back to East Idaho Game Night, as Hillcrest is ahead 19-0 at the half. What was your top play from those plays, Joel?
Well, of course, it had to be the Raft River Oakley game.
Oh, okay.
You may have heard a familiar voice on that one, but no, honestly, the top play was Madison Skyline, the blocked field goal by Zion Crockett to win the game.
Yeah, Madison makes that field goal. They win. Yeah, they'll win the game. That one's pretty cool. You don't get too many. We did have a blocked extra point here, right?
We did.
Borgman would have one more point to his credit if that was not blocked.
And it was by Skyline once again. So Skyline knows how to get to the backfield quickly on these kicks. And, if Skyline can get something going in the second half, perhaps that's the difference. Now, if the issue is now it is a three touchdown, 3 possession game as it's 19-0. And so, at one point it was 16. Before that, made field goal by Rylan Borgman. Now it's 19, and so now Skyline's got time to make some hay in this second half, Sean. Yeah, unfortunately, they got to make hay using their defense because Hillcrest starts with the ball.
You have Larry Stocking, the AD of Hillcrest, with the garbage bag right here in the crowd. He's going through and making sure the garbage is picked up. That's an AD.
There he is right there on your screen, bottom of your screen.
Got to thank him for helping us out tonight. And
really tried to take care of us with
space. Everyone wanted to be at this game tonight, right? Everyone wanted to be here. We got the VIP treatment. Now, if Mossholder ever listens to this, I said I was hoping for a red carpet somewhere.
Right.
For us, the
red
Hillcrest
carpet.
Is red. Yeah, I don't see it.
Maybe a red shirt to wear on the East Idaho Prepcast.
I don't know. I can't go that far. I can't. I do have some. Red isn't a color. Broadcaster Sean Kane probably wear. I am wearing a red shirt today.
You are wearing a red shirt, and
it's a Blackhawks.
You're a Bulls fan, Sean, right? Chicago Bulls.
I know, but high school red's hard for me.
Yeah, all right, that's
hard.
Fair.
It's hard, but
you're a Pokey High grad though. They got some red in there.
I mean, now when I was there, it was pretty much the navy and
white. It was just navy and white.
Red is definitely after the 2000s.
And I was gonna say a post 2000 color.
But you had Highland was black and white, Pocatello was that dark navy and white. So
which is why it's called the Black and Blue Bowl, if I can say that right.
That will be here before we know it. So Skyline to kick off here to start the second quarter. And if you're Skyline, you got to find a way to get a stop because every time Hillcrest touched the ball, 4 possessions, 4 scores, not necessarily touchdowns, but field goals, points on the board. Skyline to kick off. 1 man back deep. And that's going to bounce and caught, picked up. He'll be able to bring it out. It's Mason Davis. He's going to bounce around. He'll get just past the 15-yard line. Kind of a weird formation for Hillcrest. And it's going to be on the 16-yard line. I don't know if something happened. Nope, everything looks good. They were just waiting for the ball, for the spot. Kind of all grouped up, Joel. Just wanted to make sure we didn't have an injured player. We don't. Hillcrest will take over for their first possession of the second half on their own 17. Sweetwood in that shotgun. Receiver in motion. He's just going to hand it off. Up the middle, left side. It's going to go nowhere. And I would say for the most part, Skyline's defense has done a pretty good job stopping the run unless it's Sweetwood.
Yeah, no, that was good work there from J.J. Anderson to hang on to the ball carrier as long as he could. But you're right, they've been able to stop a very strong running back in Dak Sargent. But when it comes to Sweetwood, it seems like you said, that Black Sea opens every time, and he's able to get positive yards.
So 2 yards on that carry. Sweetwood back in the shotgun again. Hillcrest in no hurry. They don't need to be. It's going to be another handoff, and that's blown up early and often in the backfield by Skyline. And now the Skyline defense seems to be pressing a little more in those gaps.
And I believe that was J.J. Anderson again getting the backfield, the 6 foot, 225 sophomore on the defensive line.
So this is probably the longest third down Hillcrest has faced this far in their own half of the field. So 3rd and 9.
Well, Sean, I think you're right. I think it's been the longest third down the entire game for Skyline, or excuse me, for Hillcrest.
Well, they did have the penalty one and then ended up kicking a field goal.
Oh, that's right.
The very first drive. But that was penalty ridden, not because of the plays. So 3rd and 9, no yards on that carry. It's going to be play action. Sweetwood's going to look close to us. It's almost interception. 2 DBs there. It was Crockett, who had the fingertips on it. He turns around a second earlier. It's intercepted. And this is going to bring up a 4th down. And, that's going to be the first Skyline stop of the game, which is extremely positive at this point.
Yeah, massive stop by Skyline. Good coverage.
Borgman in, so I would assume they're going to punt. Hillcrest. Yeah, first stop by the Skyline defense. And this is... And you've got Crockett in the backfield.
And Skyline needed the spark, and might this be the spark that opens up this game for Skyline?
Punt's a little short. Skyline going to let it roll. Not kicking it towards Taylor or Zion Crockett. Both there. Taylor wanted it. He was mad that he didn't pick it up.
Yeah, Taylor's got some speed. And if he would have picked it up off the first bounce, he may have been able to get to the 40, 45-yard line. But Hillcrest, the coverage team was right on top of him, so would have been tight for sure.
And you got to think maybe it was kind of designed to be a short punt, right? You don't want to give a Taylor or a Crockett space to work in. Skyline will take over.
We'll see if that defensive stop can spark this offense.
It's going to be a quarterback run right side. He's got space. That's Giannini, the third. He's going to carry defenders all the way down to past the 35. And that Skyline's biggest play of the night. And Skyline, big defensive stop. The offense comes out with a big play. They must have listened to Joel at halftime.
Right? I love it. And you know what? I said maybe a couple plays to the outside, but they ran Giannini right through that B gap. And big play. That might be, like you said, Sean, the biggest run of the night for Skyline. Big play there by Giannini the third.
Giannini the third. Huge run up the middle. Good blocking. As we said, the offensive line has been great. Crockett in motion. Giannini's going to delayed handoff, and that's going to go nowhere. It's going to be a loss. Hillcrest snuffed that out very quickly.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Skyline. The delayed handoff. Hillcrest was already in the backfield after, Sean, you had just said how good the offensive line had been doing.
I think Hillcrest sniffed that out.
Yeah, that delayed handoff just did not work for Skyline. And great coverage by the Knights, bringing up a 2nd and long, 2nd and 16 for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, 6-yard loss on that. The delayed handoff is hard, right? You just ran up the middle. Difficult play call to go right after with a delayed another one up the middle. Maybe try to catch Hillcrest off guard, but they were not sleeping, were the Knights. So now a long 2nd down on the 42.
Something to note, Gavin Hillman for Hillcrest went off with an injury.
Short screen pass. It's going to get a few. He breaks the tackle. He loses the ball. It goes out of bounds, and Hillcrest recovers the fumble. It popped out around the sideline.
Yeah, Damian Simmons recovers the fumble as the receiver. I didn't catch who had the ball on the outside, but as he's running, he loses the ball, tries to recover it as he's running, bobbles the ball, but falls to the ground. Damian Simmons picks it up, and that is another turnover forced by this Hillcrest Knights defense, gashing the Grizzlies once again.
The Hillcrest defense vying for a player of the game award as well. The defense is, if you hold the team to a shutout, cause 2 turnovers, I mean, you're right up there as well. And it's unfortunate, right? Skyline finally holds Hillcrest to punt the ball, has the offense moving in the right direction, and then a fumble. And it was right over there. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but there's some porta potties. So that's where I lost the ball, went up by the porta potty, and couldn't quite tell. I thought it went out of bounds. Sweetwood with the handoff. That's 23 of Hillcrest with a nice run. And that Minor, just a sophomore, number 23 Minor for Hillcrest.
Yeah, Minor had a really nice game against Bonneville 2 weeks ago. And like you said, just a sophomore, but promising touches by Minor as as the underclassmen getting some significant reps.
Yeah, Sargent kind of the thunder, Minor the lightning, kind of that lightning thunder mix. So first down Hillcrest on the 44. 7:47 to go here in the third quarter. Sweetwood and shotgun. He's going to play action. He's got a receiver down. It's going to be, in and out of the hands of Prince. Tate Prince, number 11. A senior, 6-footer. He had it in his hands. Just couldn't quite bring it down.
Yeah, good coverage from Santiago Antrim. Stay toe-to-toe with the wide receiver and use his body position to keep the receiver on that sideline, and good coverage, but maybe it was just a miscatch, you know, despite all that Santiago Antrim could do, but that ball went right through his hands.
Sweetwood in the shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff, quick pass to number 3, Sanders, for a short gain, 5 yards.
Good inside play by Sanders to come inside, and good tackle by Kyler Loftus of Skyline, the senior linebacker.
Hillcrest offense really balanced, right? They've got good runs. They've won some throws. They've really kept the Skyline Grizzlies guessing on defense. Still a 3rd and 4. On the 50 exactly, right in front of us here. Skyline showing blitz, pulls out a little bit. Sweetwood, quick pass up the middle, too hot to handle. It was a cannon throw to number 0, Meekum. Couldn't quite handle it. It's going to bring up 4th down on the 50.
Yeah, Meekum went right through. It was a laser of a throw from Sweetwood, and then Crockett laid the wood on Meekum, making sure he remembers Crockett's face.
And if he catches that, I'm not quite sure it's a 1st down. It was pretty close. So they'll bring out Borgman to punt. The ball not quite on the 50.
Well, the 4th and 4, I don't know if maybe they do a fake here, Sean. You're up 19-0. You trust your defense, but I wonder.
Don't have Crockett returning. Bad snap. Borgman gets it off, just barely. And looking to pick it up, and he does, is Taylor. Taylor tried to sneak in while no one was paying attention. And it was a bobbled snap. Borgman picks it up. And kind of another weird hush from both crowds.
Everyone wants to see what Borgman's going to do. They could hear us wondering if he was going to run the fake, because again, 4th and 4. This offense has been doing so well, but 2 straight punts from the Hillcrest offense.
Yep, punt.
I don't mind though that Mossholder is playing a bit more conservative. You're up 19-0. This is a really good Skyline team, and so you want to honor your opponent and trust your defense, who so far, like you said, Sean, is pitching the shutout.
1st and 10 on the 27. Skyline will go up the middle for a few yards. And I think that was Cooper Thompson that time with the run, and Giannini, the 3rd, has come back in. So 2nd and 6 on the 31, 6:12 to go, 3rd quarter. Skyline looking to get on the board here. In the shotgun, 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. They put Crockett in motion. They'll give it to him. He's got a little room, but not quite enough for a 1st down.
And it's interesting play call to put Crockett up the middle. If they can spring that hole, Crockett can if he can get through, then he's gonna make some hay there, right? But Crockett tends to do better in the open field. He gets some speed going, gets the legs churning, and then can take off for a big gain. But interesting wrinkle to put him, through the middle.
Yeah, they pulled, they're putting the wide receivers out wide, trying to pull those DBs, trying to open up some hole somewhere. Skyline will run a lot of misdirection too. They'll run that same play and not give it to Crockett.
Right.
Just looking for something positive here. Skyline in the shotgun, 5:20 to go, 3rd quarter. almost intercepted on that screen. We probably could hear all the Skyline or the Hillcrest.
Mason Davis, dude, that DB, he's read that like a book, almost got there.
That would have been a pick six.
That was definitely almost a pick six. Great read by Mason Davis, the senior wide receiver and DB. And that brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 on the 42, 5:12 to go.
Yeah, we're halfway through this third quarter, and so far Skyline has not put up any points this game, and it's starting to get a little bit late for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and Skyline does kind of do a methodical offense, but at some point I feel like you got to speed it up. Leave your team enough time. It's going to be a run, quarterback run up the middle, which has been successful. And that's Cooper Thomas this time. He's in the quarterback position for Skyline, but he takes the run up the middle. 8 yards on the run.
Thomas is, he's 6'1", 150, so kind of a smaller frame, but he's an athlete. You can see the couple of jukes he made. It seemed pretty natural. So, man, again, Cooper, they have a couple of weapons in Cooper Thomas and Zion Crockett. If they can get those guys into space, and also we've seen Giannini take off.
Yeah.
They have the weapons, but haven't been able to execute a complete drive.
So 3rd down here. They're going to shift. Hillcrest will shift with them, and the wasn't ready for the snap, and it's dropped on, and there's a flag. And I think it's going to be a false start.
Yeah, quarterback was still looking to the sideline, and then the ball was snapped and hit him right in his chest.
Mistakes piling up, and they're declining whatever it is. 4th down. So the illegal shift will bring up a 4th down as Hillcrest declines the penalty.
Well, what was going to be a 3rd and 3 is now a 4th
and 3.
And
yeah, 4th and 3.
Okay.
Because they declined the penalty. So
when it hit him in the chest, I thought they lost yards there. Yeah, so 4th and 8 now.
Oh, 4th and 8.
So what was going to be a 3rd and 3 because of the snap and the illegal shift, which was declined, but because of the miscommunication, 4th and 8, but they got to go for it.
Cooper Thompson at quarterback. He's going to toss it. He's got a receiver. It's going to be enough for a 1st down.
Wow.
It was kind of an awkward-looking throw from Cooper Thompson. I think he thought about running it and then pulled back last second and threw that, which is a smart decision, giving Skyline Grizzlies a 1st down.
Well, yeah, an awkward throw, but who's your target when you have a 4th and long and you're trying to get on the board? That's Zion Crockett, who hauled that pass in right there on the sideline, and enough for the 1st down. And good job by Zion Crockett to know where the sticks were and get just beyond those and get open, get some separation for that 1st down.
So 1st and 10 on the 49 for Skyline. Moving the ball here after Hillcrest has been forced to punt twice in this 3rd quarter, 2nd half action. Still 19-0. Thompson, he's going to throw it to Crockett. It's short. Defended well by 31 of Hillcrest. Lucas Benson. So Cooper Thompson looking to throw a little more than Giannini. And it's 2nd and 10 now. 3:29.
And if you're a Hillcrest fan, you love that a linebacker just shut down Zion Crockett on a route.
So 4 wide receivers now. Still Thompson at quarterback. He's looking to throw. He's got time. Now he's in trouble. He's going to make room. Oh, trips up a little bit. If he doesn't get the turf monster, he had some real estate down the middle.
Yeah, good scrambling from Cooper Thomas. But yeah, as he made his final move, his final foot into the dirt to then spring forward, he bent just a little bit too far down, couldn't get his hips quite squared, and
injury timeout.
Fell down.
Injury timeout. Don't see. Don't see who's quite injured, but are you looking to make some memories that lasts a lifetime? You can own the digital copy of this game, the file, for just $15. If you go to IdahoSports.com, click download archives button to order yours. So if you're a relative of maybe Sweetwood, you're going to want to click that download button and get get that digital copy of
How about
this game.
Borgman, 42-yarder?
Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah. You've got some definitely, if there's some relatives watching, you can have this at your fingertips. It's pretty fun with that digital file. Makes great Christmas card emails. Live action video.
And, if it's a Monday night, 8:30, you're not sure what to do. The Monday Night Football game is kind of lame, not much going on. Even if there is a lot going on, tune into the East Idaho Prepcast on IdahoSports.com. Sean Kane with myself, Joel Richardson, the co-hosts of the show. We talk about the biggest stories from Districts 5 and 6 here in East Idaho, from Salmon all the way down to Bear Lake, Sean. It's a good time. We're going to talk some boys soccer on Monday.
Oh, are we?
We are. Yeah, we're going to talk some Idaho Falls boys soccer. They are killing it right now. We're also going to talk about some other teams of boys soccer that are doing a great job. Sugar Salem. So tune in. We'll talk some boys soccer. We'll talk some highlights from football, some storylines after, week 4, week 5?
Shelley volleyball, too.
We've already hit Shelley volleyball. We can't talk about it again in like 3 weeks,
Oh, man.
We talked Bear Lake volleyball last week as well. They've been doing a great job. So tune in. We'll talk for about 30 minutes. You can even live chat on the show. Send in your comments, questions.
And the great
shout out your player, coach. Shout out Sean Kane.
Idaho Sports Nation is on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. So all the things Joel just mentioned, you can watch on all those social media outlets, as well as get updates, pictures, anything about the big game coming up. As after the injured timeout, it's 3rd and 10 on the 49.
Massive play here.
Yeah. It's going to be Thompson, right side. He's not going to have enough. He will get some of the yards, but it's going to bring up a 4th down for the Grizzlies.
And you wonder if that run set up the 4th down play, though, Sean. They probably knew they weren't going to get the 1st down. If they do, great. But if not, you're setting yourself up for a 4th and manageable.
Yeah, the ball on the right hash now. So you have the whole left side of the field end around for Crockett, or you're going to create some space on this left side of the field. Skyline moving right to left now.
And this is where the chess match between Brett Taylor and Hillcrest defense really shines. What's Brett Taylor going to line up here for this mostly, I'll say it, inexperienced offense with 2 really relatively new quarterbacks? Let's see what they drop here.
4th and 6, huge 4th down. It's Thompson. He's going to throw it. Caught, catch, good. It's going to be a 1st down for the Grizzlies. So kind of the same play Crockett caught.
Yeah.
Almost exactly the same. They roll Cooper Thompson to the right. He's got his receiver right by the sticks. Gets a 1st down.
I love that play call, gutsy play call from Brett Taylor to slide in that ball to Taliai Molifua, the junior wide receiver. And, yeah, same play that they gave Crockett, but that time Molifua pulls it in. That's the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 on the 40. The time ticking, though. Only 1:42 left to go in this 3rd quarter. They're going to fake the handoff, run right side for a few yards. And I know we have a whole nother quarter, but you got to kind of think Skyline's got to push it a little bit. We're in that 3-score territory to get back up in this game. So positive yards there on the quarterback run to fake the handoff to Crockett.
And we've seen a healthy dose of Cooper Thomas this half. You wonder if after that interception, they're going to sit Giannini down for the rest of the game. And Cooper Thomas, he's balling right now. Good runs to the outside on that far side. A couple great throws, Zion Crockett to Molifua.
Thompson still back there in the shotgun. 2nd and 5. 50 seconds, though, taking a lot of time. It's going to be the handoff to Crockett. He's found a little bit of room, and there's going to be a flag. Almost broke free, and it might be a holding, Joel.
Yeah, that one's coming back for Crockett. You know, they've been zoned on Crockett all night. And in that time, they were ready for him, but he was able to spring free thanks to that hold.
The one time I got the call right. And that's kind of a big penalty, right? It's going to bring all the way back to the 45. Just 43 seconds. 2nd and 15. It shifts the field just enough, right? So we'll see what Skyline can draw up with 30 seconds. Time's still ticking. Getting the play from the coaches. And it is Thompson bringing it in this time. 24 seconds. 1 wide receiver closest to us. 3 sacked up on the right side. Thompson in shotgun. He's going to roll to his right. He's in trouble. He's going to get the throw off. It's short, and they're going to call a pass interference, and Hillcrest is not going to like it. And intended receiver is Zion Crockett. And that's a spot foul, I believe, right? So I don't know. I don't know, Joel. That's a tough call. And the Hillcrest fans don't like it.
Yeah, we're on the Hillcrest side and just listening to the fans boo. And, you know, even if it's 19-0, I don't like that call. No, it's not a spot foul. It's just 15 yards. But, yeah, I don't know if that ball was catchable. It was kind of a 50-50 ball, and on those you rarely call the pass interference, but the refs have a better vision, and perhaps there was PI before,
grabbing or something.
Yeah, exactly. That kept Zion Crockett from really running his route and getting deeper on the ball. So, they have the luxury of seeing the whole play and the fans only watching kind of where the ball is. And, once the ball was hit 50-50, but before that, there may have been more holding.
Thompson's going to let it go. He's got a receiver, overthrows him. And that's the tough part, right? If you have a more seasoned mid-say quarterback,
sure,
I think you make that throw. The receiver was open. But the penalty does bring Skyline all the way up to the 30-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 1 second to go in the third quarter.
And it's too bad because Taliali Molifua was looking for the ball. You saw him look over his right shoulder, left shoulder. He lost the ball in the lights, and he was open. His man was there. Molifua was in the end, so that's one of those big plays that Skyline loves to break off.
Crockett in motion. Last play of the third quarter. They're going to give it to Crockett. He's going to be taken down in the backfield, probably just back to the line of scrimmage. And so the third quarter, Hillcrest still up 19-0. Each team has had 2 possessions in the third quarter. Hillcrest punt twice. Skyline fumbled on one of their most positive offensive drives. And going into the second drive of Skyline, will still continue to have the ball as we go into the fourth quarter. But now time an issue, I think.
Yeah, no, definitely. You got 12 minutes left to score. 19 points. And Skyline, at this point, you're just trying to get in the end zone and avoid that shutout. And, man, if you're Hillcrest, you are licking your chops trying to create that shutout. How amazing would that be? Bonneville Bees in the Civil War, I know that's a rivalry game, a lot of emotion. Sometimes you'll give up those big plays. But Bonneville was able to score a couple of times on this Hillcrest defense. If they could pitch a shutout against Skyline, that is massive, Sean.
I think it's sending a message, right?
No doubt.
It's definitely sending a message. And, Skyline's probably in their best position to score here on the 30, the closest they've been all night to the end zone. And they'd love to punch one in. And, I mean, you still have 12 minutes 19-7 looks a lot closer than 19-0 for that last quarter of action.
19-7, you maybe run an onside kick, you maybe get turnover, force a punt. We've seen Skyline's defense force a few punts in the second half. I want to say 3, if not 2.
Yep.
So Skyline, get on the board right now, and then we'll talk about what's next.
Well, here we go. Cooper Thomas still in. It's going to be blown dead before it goes.
And that flag came from
delay of game.
I was going to say that flag came from the secondary judge, the official in the secondary. So you wonder, like, did they see a lineman jump? Usually it's, someone from the front or in the backfield, but delay of game. And that's not how you want to start this fourth quarter on now a 3rd and long. And we've seen Skyline make a few mistakes this game, and those mistakes have been harrowing.
Thompson. He's going to just get rid of it smartly. Across the field, always Thomas. Across the field. Risky, but didn't take the sack. So now it's 4th and 15. What was your promising drive is now went backwards.
Well, it would have just been 4th and 10. I hate to say just, but 4th and 10 is a lot better than 4th and 15. But delay of game, but from this inexperienced offense. When I say inexperienced, I mean, your play caller, right? Your quarterback, your captain, your leader on this field. He's causing the delay of games, and that's going to happen. But that brings up a 4th and 15 for this offense, and big play right here.
So 4th down, 5 wide receivers. Sheenian, he's going to chuck it. It's going to be picked off.
Interception by number 26, Zach Steedham. Is that his 2nd pick of the game?
Yeah, his 2nd interception of the game.
I think so. So that's a fumble, 2 picks, 3 turnovers caused by this Hillcrest defense.
Yeah.
Not to mention all the 3-and-outs that they've caused.
Wow. So Hillcrest will get the ball because it's intercepted in the end zone. It'll come back out to the 20-yard line. But, I mean, it was 4th and 15, and Skyline took it's not like, they're taking a shot. They're down, right? So that interception makes a little more sense.
Right.
You got to go for it. But Hillcrest will take over. 1st and 10, 11:48 to go in this game. Sweetwood is going to hand it off. And blown up in the backfield. That's Sargent. And we haven't seen Sargent really get involved here in the second half.
Well, he's your bell cow back, and man, if you can rest Sargent most of your second half, that is money, because the season is long, and especially that season gets long when you're in the postseason. Hillcrest is definitely going to be there. You want to make sure Sargent is nice and healthy the remainder of the season. So when you can play him not play him in the second half against Skyline, you're making money.
So 2nd and 10, no yards on that carry. Sweetwood's going to take it himself. He's going to look to cut. Makes one man miss. Get 5 or 6 yards. There is Sweetwood. And they haven't had an answer for that. There's just not been an answer to that Sweetwood riddle of just taking the hand, just QB running it.
Well, and you wonder maybe one of those answers is putting one more guy in the box to create more havoc for the offensive line, give him one more person to block.
Or a spy, even a linebacker, that's just your only job is to follow him and tackle him. So 3rd and 1, Skyline is going to bring everyone in. We're going to have a flag and maybe a flop too.
So one official calling offsides by the defense, and now they're going to talk about it.
The fingers pointing. That's going to be encroachment defense. So that's going to be enough for the first down. Skyline was putting everyone up in there.
Yeah, on that one, they definitely loaded the box on the 3rd and 1.
There wasn't enough room, I guess, and fell a little bit forward for that encroachment. So 1st and 10 on the 30. 10:05 left to go in the game. Sweetwood puts a man in motion. He's going to look that way, look the other way. Passes to number 19. He dodges, dips, almost fumbles. On that reception is Thompson. And Thompson's been involved a lot, and then we got a little extracurricular. So after the extracurricular activity.
Yeah, number 90, David Robinson, was pretty hot after the encroachment, the senior defensive lineman, and you could see he was chomping at the bit on that play. And yeah, some extracurriculars, some pushing and shoving.
And it's got to be tough, right, Joel? Skyline for so long has dominated these games, and now Hillcrest has shifted a little bit more to being that dominant team. But
yeah, for sure.
Delayed handoff, pass is caught. Who else? Mason Davis. He's been involved everywhere tonight. Not enough for a first down, but still a quick fired pass.
And a good tackle from Gage Searle, senior DB. Good open field tackle, straight to the legs, wraps up, and nowhere for Mason Davis to get extra yards.
Now this is interesting to think. If the score ended right now, Skyline would have held Hillcrest to the lowest scoring game of the season, but not win, which you might not think that would be the case. Just good defense, but Hillcrest's offense just a little bit better right now. So 3rd and 3, Sweetwood bobbles it, picks it up off the bounce, and he's going to get a big chunk of yards off that bounce. Man, like you said earlier, Joel, it's rolling. It's rolling Hillcrest's way.
And so they've had 2 of those backfield mishaps Tyson Sweetwood has, where he's dropped the snap or it's been a little bit bobbled. Maybe it was a bad snap. And both times that ball has bounced his way, bounced right back up, and he's able to collect it and go.
It's new
and
turf.
Then, right, exactly. They know how this turf bounces. And then the fumble earlier in the game that Sweetwood had bounced 10 yards, and they picked it up for a first down gain. And so for sure, everything bouncing Hillcrest's way tonight. But a lot of times we say that, and it almost takes away from the effort and the execution that the team has actually done. So both things happening for Hillcrest tonight.
1st and 10 on the 45, a handoff met by 3 or 4 Skyline defenders. And that's the thing, right? 7:45 to go. If you're Skyline, you're just like, our defense is as good as any defense in 5A football. We just got to figure out a way to get some points on the board.
Okay, we just got a score update between Bonneville and IF. Bonneville 31, Idaho Falls 0 with 8:31 left to go in the 3rd quarter, Sean.
All right.
And that is interesting because, again, Bonneville scored on this Hillcrest team, a couple scores, and Bonneville played tough. They just had a couple mishaps, and so you wonder maybe, this year can Bonneville give something to Skyline?
I think I picked Bonneville. Big pass. Oh, good defense. Nope, flag. A huge 50-yard pass to Mason Davis is broken up, but it's going to be a pass interference here.
Yeah, that's an easy call by the official. Yep. DB got there way too early and decked Mason Davis before he could catch the ball. And that's Gage Searle, who had made that good open field tackle earlier.
So that's going to bring the ball all the way down to the 30-yard line for Hillcrest.
And wheels kind of coming off for this Skyline defense and team, as the offense hasn't been able to execute and get in the end zone, and the defense is just not able to contain as Hillcrest continues to move the ball. Okay, and then we got Highland Thunderidge 7-7. Thunderidge starting late because of the viewing for Tanner Scoresby. So that game just got started as we have a run to the left side, Sean.
Yeah, Dak Sargent with a run. Left side's going to get a few. Hillcrest has no problem using all the clock possible. Up still 19-0.
And, Sean, going back to that Thunder Ridge Highland game, another competitive league, you'd think, okay, maybe Rigby owns that 6A, what do we call it? District 5-6,
Yep.
maybe High Country Conference, some people call it, but you got Highland in there, so not totally High Country. But when Highland and Thunder Ridge are tied 7-7, who knows?
And I think Thunder Ridge has greatly improved this year. It's just a team that's in a tough division, right? Madison, Hillcrest, or Madison, Rigby, Highland. It's just a tough division. Sweetwood to throw it. He's got a man out in the flat. He drops it. Had room, was Dooning, and just couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, Brody Dorning was right there, the junior running back. He also plays some defensive line, a linebacker. He's got the size and the weight, 6'2", 215, but hands not quite there yet, Sean.
So 3rd and 6. Joel's hoping for a 4th down and a field goal.
Oh, you know we are.
But we'll see what
myself and the fans. We want Borgman.
Sweetwood and crew can do here with this 3rd and 6. Getting the updates.
Yeah, I love it. Thanks to the guys up here working the Hillcrest game for their home fans and also giving us some score updates. Highland just scores against Thunder Ridge.
Delayed handoff, sweep. Oh, taken out. It's number 9 for Hillcrest on the run, spraying and Spang. And it's going to bring up 4th down, Joel.
Gage Searle coming in hot on that tackle. Slides in, takes out the feet. And decision time for the offense.
Sweetwood's still out there right now.
Yeah, they're on the 27-yard line. That's a 44-yarder.
So looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th and 2, and you have Sweetwood, right? I mean, and they got him to jump again. It's going to be a 1st down. Kind of the old Aaron Rodgers play, right? Get the line to jump, and let's see who they get it on. And it'll be on Skyline, and it'll be a Hillcrest 1st down.
Yeah, that was number 46, Parker Mickelson, the senior defensive lineman.
So fresh set of downs and scoring position with Hillcrest with the 19-0 lead here at the Sterling Urgent Care Field at Westmark Stadium. 5:01 left to go. Hillcrest gonna try to run out the clock here. I think you're right, Joel. Hillcrest would love to get a shutout. It's delayed right side run by Sweetwood, and he'll touchdown. 17-yard variety run for Sweetwood. Another Sweetwood touchdown. He's been part of all 3 of them.
Yeah, that was a great fake. I think half the defense bit to the middle, and Sweetwood takes it to the outside and runs in almost untouched for 6 more.
Yeah, so that's going to bring the score to 26, pending the extra point here. And Sweetwood kind of solidifying maybe that player of the game, Joel.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
2 rushing touchdowns, 1 throwing touchdown.
And getting the encroachment calls. And that kick is
incomplete.
No good. So Borgman's missed 2 extra. Well, he missed that one. One was blocked.
One was blocked,
yeah.
right. Yeah, and Skyline came in hot, and also that snap was a little high, and weren't able to bring it down as quickly as they needed to, and so Borgman's kick goes wobbly to the left. Lasers wobbly to the left, I should say, and no good, unfortunately, for Borgman.
So 25-0 with 4:46 left to go in this game, and it's been a game of kind of what we thought it would be. Offense from Hillcrest and defense from Skyline. Well, the offense has prevailed.
Right.
I still think if I'm Skyline, I don't feel like the defense has been bad. I think you've the defense has been pretty good. Just can't find a way to take down Sweetwood on those runs to the outside or the middle. Anytime it's in that 17-yard or 10-yard or 2-yard variety, Sweetwood's able to get it.
Yeah, if we're talking, going punch for punch, the defense was there, but the offense wasn't able to score.
Yeah.
Well, hasn't able to produce enough to give the defense some time, even some breaks.
Yeah.
And so, if you're talking punch for punch, definitely the Hillcrest offense, and not just in scores, Sean, but you could tell just in the way they produce versus Skyline's offense. Hillcrest offense won the day.
Yeah, and let's not discredit Hillcrest's defense. 2 interceptions, fumble recovery. They held Skyline to just basically punting through the first half of the game, and there's just not been any room, any holes in that Hillcrest Knights defense. If it's a knight versus a dragon, right? The Knights winning this round.
Right, for sure. And you would talk about, so what are the maybe not weaknesses, but less experienced parts of both teams? It's the offense and the defense, and on that way as well, the defense has won the day.
Yeah. Skyline is going to go left side. I think it's Giannini again on that. He's back in now, but we do have a flag on the play.
Yeah, thrown in the backfield. Wonder if this one's coming back.
It's holding coming back, and I don't think there's been a penalty on Hillcrest either.
There was a pass interference that the fans didn't like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that would
be it then. That'd be the only one.
And when we get holds, Sean, a lot of times that's when the defense is exerting their presence, right? They are showing up, and the offense can't get around it, right? And so they have to react instead of be the reactor, if you will. And that's just a microcosm of what we've seen tonight, where this defense has owned this Skyline offense.
Skyline for a short pass to Crockett. It's not going to be there. And, I've done a lot of Skyline games. And I think this is, so far, right, there's 4:17 left to go, but this is probably the least amount I've ever seen Zion Crockett have as far as like a complete game. Offensive, Hillcrest has kind of shut him out, and that's what Coach Mossholder, when I called him earlier this week, he's like, you don't necessarily have to stop one guy, but he did want to stop Zion Crockett, and they've done it.
For sure.
That's a tip your hat to the defense.
Defensive coordinator Dustin Medlin, they know what Crockett can do, but they've been spying him all game, making sure there's someone on him or someone in the area, so there's nothing easy from Crockett. And he hasn't sprung for any big gains.
Nope. 2nd and 10, it's going to be a quarterback design run. It's not going to go for much. Or 2nd and 20, right? There was a holding.
Right.
So maybe a couple of yards back to the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 20, 4 minutes, the time ticking.
Make sure you're checking the Friday Night Flash on IdahoSports.com for all of the latest scores and results from tonight's games and from last night. Pocatello up to Sandpoint, University of Montana. And, Sandpoint.
Making a case to be in the, now Sandpoint, has a big win over the Thunder.
Right.
Skyline loses here more than likely. Does Sandpoint move in those rankings?
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if they do.
Big pass. Open receiver. He's got him. Skyline all the way down to the 25-yard line. And that's to number 1, Tua Moafia, with the huge pass and Skyline's biggest offensive play of the night.
Plus a roughing the passer call will give them another 15 yards, I believe, Sean.
Yeah. So that's going to bring Skyline all the way down to the 10-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 10. So that's huge.
So a long throw, man, from Thomas. Finally connects with his receiver, Sean, for the first time all game. And with the roughing the passer, and he was open, absolutely.
Skyline looking to score.
Now a chance in the red zone.
Again, it's only 25-0, 320. 25 to something looks better than 25-0.
For sure.
Another big pass, and it's bobbled, not caught. Good defense by Hillcrest in the corner. So 2nd and 10 on the 13, 3:14 to go. You got to kind of think we're if Skyline would have went for a few more of those passes in the first half, you know. They really were very conservative through the first half.
Yeah, they tried to connect on a number of those, but they tried to connect to a few of them. But you're right, Sean.
Yeah.
They did a few big plays, but conservative overall for sure, and they just couldn't connect.
And it's going to be a run left side for a few. Oh no, that's a pass to Afua, who had the big catch previously. It's going to bring up 3rd down here. 3rd and 10 still, or 3 yards, excuse me. 3rd and 7, 3-yard catch. 3rd and 7. It's 4-down territory. It's play action. Pass, one-handed grab, but it's just going to get a few yards.
And that was to your tall tight end, Dax Klinger.
First time we've got his name in the action, so it's going to bring up 4th and 7, basically just back to the line of scrimmage.
And so here, Sean, do you just get points on the board? Go for the field goal here, or are you going for the touchdown?
I think you're down 25-0. You probably go for the touch. You got to go. I mean, you could still potentially get a 1st down. And Skyline will go for it. And it's Crockett's going to throw it. Touchdown, Skyline. Had to get Crockett in.
And that's the Dax Klinger, Sean, on the 7-yard throw from Zion Crockett. A little trick play for Skyline to get on the board.
So Crockett, little trick play. You know, they must have heard me. I said you haven't gotten Crockett involved. Well, he throws a touchdown. And then they'll probably go for 2 here. Yep, we're going to go for 2. Skyline will line up to go for 2 with 2:17 to go. Hillcrest in pursuit of the quarterback. They get to him, but Crockett has it. Just can't hold on to it. Little behind the pass to Crockett, and the score will be 25-6. But pretty cool play by Skyline to get that touchdown. A little trickery to get the ball to Crockett. He pulls up and throws it instead of run it. I've seen them do that a few years ago. I haven't seen it recently, but still down 25-6. Only 2:17 left to go. Let me get your thoughts on this, Joel. Now, Bishop Kelly, came out as the #1 ranked team. Now after Hillcrest beats Skyline, does Hillcrest move up to the top spot?
I think we had a Bishop Kelly and I know I'm an East Idaho guy, but I think we overreacted from Bishop Kelly's win over Rigby. I know they're the best team in 6A. I totally get it, but I think we need to see more from Rigby before Max Preps gives Rigby that #1 slot. I know it's all mathematical. There's no human error there. I get that, but I think Hillcrest is still the champion.
Yeah.
And so I think that earns you a little bit, especially because a lot of this team came back. And if we looked at that, if we looked at the roster and we calculated that into the Max Preps rankings, I think Hillcrest should have stayed number 1, and if they're not, I think Hillcrest should be number 1 after winning this game.
An onside kick by Skyline. It bobbles off a Hillcrest player. Skyline's going to get it and run it. Pick it up and run it. And they'll get some yards. But perfectly designed onside kick. It bounces off the Hillcrest player like 5 yards back to all the Skyline players. And Skyline's going to take back over.
And Skyline special teams player just completely leveled a Hillcrest returner, and that sprung the runner free.
And Hillcrest looking for the flag. And Mossholder's got to be careful here. And I think he's referring to the play you were talking about. This is where I wish we had an instant replay.
Right,
to
yeah,
see
me
this,
too.
See this
Because,
again.
man, I mean, he got completely leveled. No opportunity there for
You have to let it go, right?
Right.
And that didn't happen. And then the ball just bounced. And the ball took such a bounce off the player that there was no way Hillcrest was going to get the ball.
So the officials will convene and make sure. I think they're making sure they got that play right.
So they didn't give him the yards then after the run, right?
Right. They're saying that he recovered it and the ball was down. Once he recovered it. Right.
Yes.
Official call still under review.
Yeah, because whoever
And
the recovery went past like the 45 on the Skyline bench side there, went out of bounds. Now the ball's placed back on the 50, and
Mossholder calls a timeout to talk to his defense and make sure they don't let anything funky. It's a Friday night. It's a crazy Friday night. So you never know what's going to happen on a mid-September Friday night. Let's get crazy here in the High Country Conference.
Well, with 2:12 left to go, 25-6, fairly unlikely Skyline can come back in this game.
For sure, but right before that special teams play, Sean, I said, as Hillcrest will win this game, or Hillcrest wins, they go up, and you just want to be careful as a broadcaster to not count the chickens before they hatch.
No.
And but no, you're right. With under almost with
and I'm
about 2
go
minutes
back,
to play.
And I'm going to go back to the third quarter. Skyline just, to me, didn't have a sense of urgency in the third quarter, because if they get a score in the third quarter and now getting the ball, I mean, it's a whole different game.
Right. And again, Skyline had their opportunities, Sean, like you said, they just couldn't capitalize, or they made mistakes, shot themselves in the foot, penalties, turnovers.
Skyline will take over off after the onside kick. Hillcrest faithful, not happy with the events that happened, but Skyline's going to take over here. They're going to look for a big pass. They've got Crockett open. He's on the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Zion Crockett. First play after the onside kick. So a 55-yard pass and catch, touchdown, Crockett. And that didn't take any time off the clock, really. It was like 2:10, now it's 2:03. That's, it's gotten very quiet here. So that's going to make it 25-12, pending what Skyline elects to do here. I think they'll go for it again, as they did last time. And it's hushed. So Skyline, Giannini in at quarterback. They've got that force set, running back or wide receiver. They'll put the man in motion. And he'll roll to his right. He'll find a receiver, but good defense by 32 of Hillcrest. Stack Sargent, the running back, with a big tip of that pass. And that'll keep the score 25-12. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on this kickoff, Joel.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Mossholder, I'm putting in all my hands team, right? Your All-State hands team, if you will. There's some free advertising for All-State. But making sure that whoever is there is grabbing that ball and falling down immediately and finishing up this game. But great push from Skyline. You just too little too late.
Yeah, and I'll stand on this, that the third quarter was they made Hillcrest punt the ball twice. Hillcrest didn't score at all in the third quarter, and Skyline just didn't. I'm not saying they had to go to like the hurry 2-minute offense, but I feel like they should have pressed a little more. So here we go, Skyline to kick off again. Last kick was onside, an onside kick, and Skyline recovers it after a little discussion of what happened. And the kicker for Skyline is Santiago Atrium. Or no, he was just setting it up. Here we go. They're going to try the onside again. A little fake. It's up. And did Hillcrest get it? Or Skyline got it again?
Skyline got it again.
The little fake on there. And I don't know if did it go? I feel like it didn't go far enough before they touched it, but Skyline gets another onside kick. And Mossholder, I think Mossholder's saying what I'm saying. I don't think it went far enough before people touched it. Skyline recovers another onside kick after the last one. They scored off the first play of it last time. Let's see what they draw up here with 2:01. So literally 10 seconds. 2 seconds have occurred, and Skyline's doubled their score.
And can Skyline find another soft zone in this Hillcrest secondary and score quickly?
And then it's a game, Joel.
I mean, what a late push from Skyline. No one expected this to happen. The way their offense has been playing all night, the way Hillcrest defense.
Oh, and almost intercepted. That pass was way behind. 52 of Hillcrest was all over him. Dylan Funchess.
Well, and also number 63, Maddox Medlin, the 6'4" linebacker, was right there, almost picked it off. Great job from Medlin.
Wow. I don't think I've ever seen 2 onside kicks ever.
In a row.
In a row. That's a stat to put somewhere. I don't know where you put it, but time definitely a factor now. 157.
We'll have to look at the IHSAA record book, right? Do they have that where onside kicks completed in a row?
Twice in a row. Skyline sending everyone. They'll get the short pass on the sideline for 5 yards. So it's third down and 5. 152.
And Sean, if you're Hillcrest, all you need is a stop. All you need is one stop, and the game is essentially over. But Skyline has been able to
not let them have the ball.
Right. Skyline has been able to stay on the field thanks to a couple onside kicks and quick touchdowns.
But Skyline needs to score quickly here, though. And if they can, this game is turned around in a hurry. Skyline in the shotgun.
Hillcrest playing a deep zone.
It's caught. Just doing some quick out routes to the sideline to Mufua.
And, Hillcrest right now is not bringing a lot of pressure. They're playing 4, essentially.
Prevent.
Kind of prevent your 4, you got your DBs and your safeties in the back, a couple linebackers in the middle, but everyone's pulling back and allowing that soft middle, which, again, you do that to prevent the big plays, but you're also allowing Skyline to march down the field. You just hope it's enough, and not use time, exactly.
You're getting those sideline passes. You're just not letting them get the big shot.
And so you're kind of playing not to lose, but I think you bring some pressure and make the quarterback think about something. Give him something to think about.
Yeah, just maybe fake the blitz or something. But 148, Skyline looking.
Only rushing 4.
And that's caught. Oh, breaks the tackle, trying to get out of bounds. Let's see if he does. Oh, no, they're going to roll the clock.
And Grizzlies have 3 timeouts.
They're saying roll the clock, and they stop the clock. Clock still, no, it's going now. 1:30 left to go. 2nd and 2 on the 30.
Coach Berger elects to keep his timeouts. He's got 3 to use. Too much clock going, though.
And then someone's jumped here, and too much time burning off for the Grizzlies, really. Well, first there was some confusion. The clock didn't stop. I think up here they thought had gotten out of bounds. This penalty is going to be on Skyline, and that's going to be kind of a big one.
Yeah, you know, you're down 13. You call a timeout. You have two timeouts to go. You just got your first down. Call a timeout. Make sure you're all squared away.
For the next 4 or 5
exactly,
plays.
Exactly.
I'm with you there, Joel. Skyline now, 1:10. It's rolling again after the penalty. We're going to be under a minute here quickly. And Giannini's going to take a shot. He's got Crockett, and it's caught for a touchdown. I think it's Crockett. Joel, correct me if I'm wrong. They're saying no good now. Okay, the one official. Okay, the touchdown was good.
We have an injury on the field, Sean. And it's not great.
Yeah, when he went down, it looked bad.
And so they rushed over to him from both sides of the field. I think he caught it, though.
He caught it. I saw one signal a touchdown, and I thought he was waving it off, but I think he was waving.
They were waving
for
as
someone
if
to come.
Stop the clock, someone come.
Yeah, so. Well, with that being said, it's 25-18. 55 seconds to go while they attend to the injured player. Maybe we'll take a quick break here. It's East Idaho Game Night, IdahoSports.com.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Welcome back to East Game Night here on Idaho Sports. The injured player, I believe, was Sam DeMont. He's back up after making the huge catch for Skyline, bringing the game to 25-18. Joel, have you ever seen 3 onside kicks in a row?
And, you know, I love the support from both sides. That was a pretty tough injury. A lot of the players from Skyline, Hillcrest came away calling for coaches to come in and help. We couldn't see what happened. We're not gonna pretend and start being doctors up here. But it was a pretty tough injury, and fans from both sides clapping as DeMont was able to get helped off the field. And you hope he's okay. But as he caught that touchdown, he slid. And so it's probably a lower body injury there.
And what an amazing catch by DeMont.
I mean, connection. What a connection, right, from quarterback.
And now if you think about if Skyline would have gotten these other two-point conversions with the score, 4 points onto that, holy Hannah. But Skyline will actually just go for 1 now, right? Antrim on to kick for Skyline. That's up, and that's going to be good. So 25-19. 55 seconds, Joel. And another Skyline kick.
Does Skyline have a little bit more magic left? One more onside.
I mean, it would be unreal.
We've already had the unreal with 2 onside kicks in a row, right, Sean? But it would be what? Magical if you're a Skyline fan. Yeah, unreal, magical.
I mean, it sucked the life out of this Hillcrest crowd.
I mean, they were looking for the shutout, Sean, with 5 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, 5 minutes, and then this last 2 minutes, they've scored 2 touchdowns. So this, I mean, it's crazy. And we both were saying, Hillcrest will probably go on to win this game. But now we're in a situation where, I mean, how many more different ways do they have to kick an onside kick? Because
so is that 3 unanswered touchdowns from Skyline then?
Correct. Yep. Because they had no points. Hillcrest had the ball once in the fourth quarter. It was a Sweetwood 17-yard run. So the Hillcrest fans saying, go get this ball. As Skyline lines up to kick it, Hillcrest is going to send one man all the way deep back, just precautionary, because you can just pick up the ball, right? Once it goes past, you can pick it up anywhere. I've seen that happen around the 45-yard line. And they're going to, and this time they're going to have a penalty. False start on the kickoff.
Yep, so they got ahead of the kicker.
Which is kind of big.
Right, and what Coach Mossholder has been saying is, well, one of them is, hey, they're jumping, so that's one of the issues, and they call it that time. But you wonder if, the officials haven't called anything the first 2, so I'm going to say they were legit onside kicks. Yeah, there was some controversy, but we'll call them legit onside kicks. That was the call, so we're going to call it that.
Yep.
But that time, yeah, they were they did get ahead of the kicker, and so that's an easy encroachment.
And that 5 yards, to me, makes a difference to where this ball goes.
For sure.
Either way, Skyline's got to get it, but now Hillcrest will be, more than likely on Skyline side of the field. There we go. Looking for onside kick number 3. 55. They're going to add a second back on the clock. And the Hillcrest are like, take the time off the clock, but Skyline would like a few more minutes. So here we go. Lining up. Hillcrest still has one man just back in case it's a little poocher. And it is that little poocher. And no one got it. No one picked it up. The ball's out, but I think Hillcrest recovered. No one went to go get the ball again for holy. That is
wow.
That's if that was the only onside kick of the game, you'd go, man, that was close.
Yeah.
But they almost got 3.
Almost the third one. Yeah, I didn't see who on Hillcrest recovered it, but good job to eventually get the ball. Skyline was right there, though. They had the speedsters out there on the outside and almost got it that time, but Hillcrest comes up with it, and that should be the ball game. But what a push from Skyline. 3 unanswered touchdowns in the last, 3 minutes.
Skyline scores one more time somewhere or converts a 2-point conversion. This game is so close, but 25-19. And if you didn't watch this game, you wake up tomorrow morning and check out the score, you're going to be like, oh, it was this close game, but the tail was all here in the fourth quarter. 2 onside kicks by Skyline gives them a chance. Hillcrest is just going to run it up the middle. There's a hole. He's free, and that's a good run. And that's Dak Sargent, who's been pretty quiet in the second half of the game. He had a lot of good little runs in the first half, but Dak Sargent with a big run. He had a big run in the game earlier that kind of sealed the deal. That was against Madison. So I'll bring up a first down on 37, 47 seconds. As soon as they set that, time should start rolling.
Well, Skyline just called
they
called their first timeout to stop the clock. And so that leaves 2 timeouts for each team with 47 seconds to play.
And you're right. Maybe use the timeout earlier. And remember, IdahoSports.com fans, power boosters, right? It's a great thing for your business. Power boosters are a great way for you and your business to be seen by tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands, or current potential clients and customers right on those screens of your team. Best part is they're 100% tax deductible. Becoming a power booster is fast and easy, as Hillcrest lines up for the victory formation. And they'll take it. Skyline still trying to come up with some magic. The clock didn't start, so I'm not sure what happened. And I like the other Hillcrest players pulling the other Hillcrest players out. You're my friend. I'm calling you out. I'm taking you out, bud. We're not doing anything weird with 40 seconds.
Yeah, for sure.
The clock didn't start forever, so I'm not quite sure what happened here. Yeah, the clock never started from the play. So I'm not sure what happened there, because the play happened, the clock didn't start, no time ran off, then the clock's going to go to 45 seconds, and Mossholder wants to talk to the referee again tonight, which, you know, I'll say it was probably going to win the game, but I mean, I don't know. Frustration boiling over here, but still Hillcrest is going to be able to just, you know, take a knee. Skyline still looking for some sort of magic with 45 seconds left to go.
Yeah, looking to get as close as they can to that line. Almost going off sides there as the official stands over them, makes sure that they're on the right side of the ball.
And Hillcrest will take a knee. And the clock stopped again, which I'm not sure why.
Skyline called their third and final timeout.
I think the I think the problem is they're calling timeout and the referee isn't like signaling it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so everyone's like on our side of the field, which is the Hillcrest side of the field, is like, why isn't the clock running? And then, nonetheless, it's going to be third down. They'll take another knee.
I mean, this ending is kind of taken. Well, I guess maybe this is part of the ending, right? This chaotic ending that we've seen the last 5 minutes.
You can't just take a knee and get out of here. Skyline did keep their timeouts, right? I mean, Skyline really trying to get another possession.
Yeah, and we said, hey, maybe use this timeout earlier. Skyline ended up scoring on that drive. Yep. So, you know, who are we to know anything about when to take the timeouts?
Well, I think in this game, if you were wanted to say you knew what was going to happen, you were sorely mistaken. Like,
for sure.
You,
if anyone had a bet,
magic 8 ball,
right?
So
just what a chaotic ending. These last 5 minutes, Sean, have been like the fifth quarter.
Yeah. So Skyline will line up here, third down. We're going to take another knee. And why is the time stopping? Skyline doesn't have any more timeouts. Oh, there's a flag. Or, oh, the time's just, now the clock's rolling, Joe. I think that should do it. Yep, here comes Coach Berger over to shake Mossholder's hand. That's a cool shot. Two great coaches, 17 years there for Skyline. and he's over there shaking all the Hillcrest fans. I love it. The head coach coming out and leading the charge. So awesome. So your final score from Hillcrest is going to be 25-19 as Hillcrest defeats Skyline in what will be known as a very interesting affair. It's East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the player of the game, wrap it up, and Joel's insight of what the last 5 minutes just happened. IdahoSports.com.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Welcome back to East Idaho Game Night as Hillcrest defeats Skyline 25-19. Well, Joel, it was a wild game to say the least. Let's start off with today's player of the game is brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game, whether on the field or the road. Be in the moment and be free from distractions. Who's going to be the IdahoSports.com player of the game?
It's going to be Tyson Sweetwood, the general on this field. He was involved with 3 touchdowns total, 2 rushing, 1 passing, and keeping his team cool, calm, and collected when he was on the field, because towards the end he wasn't on the field much, but when he could, he led this team to victory and to a 25-19 victory. He is our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department.
Yeah, it was crazy, and he had a lot of big plays, right? A lot of big third down runs, different things. Sweetwood was good all night long here at Hillcrest tonight, and just a wild game. We came into this game thinking that it was going to be an offense versus defensive game. It kind of was for 3/4 of the game, as Hillcrest pretty much held onto a lead the whole game until the fourth quarter, where things got, well, let's just say weird.
Yeah, they sure did. 3 unanswered scores by Skyline, thanks to 2 onside kicks, successful onside kicks. That allowed Skyline to score their 19 total points. They weren't able to convert on the 2-point conversions. They finally kicked an extra point, and that gave them the 19 points. And they almost got that third one, but they weren't able to finish there. And then Hillcrest had a couple of kneels, 1 run, and that gave you your final score, 25-19. But almost a fifth quarter, like we said, Sean. I know you can't have 5 quarters, but those last 5 minutes were almost
40 minutes.
We're almost another game. We talked about tale of 2 halves. That was more a tale of 3 quarters, and then a half a quarter, which ended up being 40 minutes. Just crazy that ending was. Skyline showed that they might have been out, but they weren't completely done. They scored 3 unanswered touchdowns, 19 unanswered points, and they gave Hillcrest a push towards the end. But in the end, Hillcrest was the one that prevailed, thanks to some incredible offense and maybe even better defense.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. Probably the highlight of the night of the evening would have probably been the Hillcrest defense that came up with 2 interceptions, a fumble recovery. Were pretty much perfect through 3 quarters of action until that fourth quarter, which he couldn't have scripted. I don't think Ridley Scott could have helped produce a better fourth quarter that Skyline produced. And going forward, Hillcrest is going to move to 4-0. Skyline will move to 3-1. Hillcrest will play Shelley next week. Skyline will take on Idaho Falls, so we're into that conference play. But what a way to start conference play for District 6 up here in Idaho Falls, as two juggernauts take on each other. And congratulations again to Sweetwood as our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of East Idaho Game Night. Coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Valley-Wide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Saving Program, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Special thanks again to Athletic Director Larry Stocking. He was also helping pick up the garbage, and everyone here at Sterling Urgent Care Field at Westmark Stadium here at Hillcrest for the hospitality and helping us get this game for you and broadcast it. Congrats again to Taysom Sweetwood as our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Thanks again for joining us as Hillcrest defeats Skyline 25-19. For my broadcast partner, Joel Richardson, and everyone else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, I'm Sean Kane. Good night.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent